New York City, 6 a.m. An out-of-control satellite radio show is being broadcasted to millions of Americans.
Here we go. Here's the bit.
At the controls, Greg Hughes, a father.
I would love to say we have the best job in America.
Anthony Cumia, an alcoholic.
It could be the best thing ever.
And Jim Norton, a comedian.
Out loud laughs.
How do we explain the show? We should start there.
Oh, here it is.
The three men make up the Opie and Anthony Show, a popular radio program known for its cringe style of entertainment and having very few limits.
Oh, shit. This is a freak show.
Why would anybody want to come on this show as a guest?
Under the right circumstances, something weird could happen.
I don't give a fuck.
Laugh out loud funny.
Which I love. That's what I love.
In the past, they have been accused of multiple FCC violations and have even gotten their show suspended from satellite radio.
Because when you listen to our show, you know what you get. You know what we are.
Everything has to do with cock or balls. You know, the jokes all end up talking about cock and balls. You're a waste of life.
Fucking listeners, go fucking die. Excuse me.
Everything you are about to hear is real. Real people, real excitement.
Wow.
Get ready to experience the thrill of a lifetime. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Damn. Thank you,
Yes,
Stacey
it
Keach. We won't let you
Truly.
down. Or will we? Good morning. Welcome to the Opie and Anthony Show. Another fucking snowstorm heading our way, huh? This is one of those real winters they talk about.
What's the matter, Danny? Oh, I think the computer was fucking up again.
Wow.
No, he hit his thing. I think the computer was messing up. I was so happy.
Another storm rolling through. Real winter for the Northeast. It's been quite a while. I remember when I was a kid, used to have a lot of these storms, snow piling up. You go out in your little snowsuit. It's up to your head. And the snow lasted the whole winter.
That's right.
And this seems to be what we're on track for. Snow's been on the ground now since the first time it snowed.
For a while.
And it just hasn't stopped. I'm waiting for my pool cover to fall into my pool.
Is this global warming? What do we got going on here? Because Canada is unusually warm this winter.
Well, that's odd.
Which is fucked up because they're like above us.
Yeah, they're the ones that are supposed to.
They're way
cold
above
air
us.
comes down here and fucks us up.
They're way up there.
They're up. You're
They're
pointing
up.
up at the ceiling.
Yeah, that's where they are, though.
Yeah.
And then they're getting snow down in the south. So what the fuck's going on? Canada's supposed to be real cold.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
I like their global warming cop-out because when the temperatures were kind of ticking up and we were getting these unusually warm winters and whatnot, people were like, hey, global warming, we're ruining the globe. This sucks. And then after the first the first few years lately that we've been getting colder winters with more snow, they changed their whole thing and went, well, global warming doesn't necessarily mean warming. We changed the name of it now to climate change because it can mean that it's going to get cold.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense when it starts getting cold, and they were calling it global warming to change the fucking name. A rose by any other name still's a bunch of bullshit.
I think we're fucking up the planet somehow.
Yeah, we got to be, but we're natural occurrences on this globe.
I think we're messing with the weather a little bit.
Yeah.
I really do.
But bugs do, like animals do. We're just another animal that's fucking with the planet, but the planet's fine. Planet's fine. Yeah, there is a fuckload of planets where nothing is happening. You ever see the Earth from space?
No.
Oh, it's beautiful.
I've never been up
I went
there.
up there once on an acid trip.
Yeah, I never
No,
really saw it.
I've
that
seen
way.
some satellite pictures, and you look down, and it doesn't look like the Borg planet. There's not like lights and speckles all over the place of light. The most part, you look and go, there's nobody there. There's just nobody home.
That's because the pictures were taken at night.
Oh,
Everyone's lights were out.
All right.
They were sleeping.
They were snoozing.
They were snoozing.
I'm snoozing.
Yeah, I would like to think there's not a lot of people around, but fuck, I live in Manhattan.
Yeah, well, that's one of
Okay.
the concentrated areas.
At any second, you're going to punch someone in the face. There's so many people around.
That is true.
Doing stupid shit.
This is true. Look at Australia. I mean, that place has got nothing. A couple of cities, and then the rest is nada.
Where is Australia on that map?
Right
it's
there.
that big thing.
And look how big Australia is. Now go to the right and look at the ocean. That's a little piece of an ocean of the South Pacific, and it's like 10 Australias. And it's just, and it's just a little piece of the South Pacific. There is nothing. We could fish the shit out of things. We could drill oil. We could bellow fucking smoke into the atmosphere.
They're saying we can't fish.
Look at the size of the ocean. Imagine trying to catch every human being on a hook. There's more fish.
We're starting to eat ugly-looking fish that taste bad because
Tell me about it.
Because we've overfished the waters. That's a fact.
Remember a date? Eating an ugly fish. Get it? She smelled bad and looked bad.
That's a good one. I thought it was an Abe Vigoda reference.
But it's like there's so much ocean out there.
Oh, boy, here's your video of the day.
Video shows door stuck open on speeding Metro North train.
So, what's going to happen? Everyone just stay away from the door.
Stay away from the door.
They'll fix it at the next station. Let's all relax.
Yeah, I bet it was cold, though.
But this guy...
Yeah.
That's against the law.
I think those people are idiots who stand right by the door, but...
yeah.
That's really unsafe.
Should they have stopped the train? I mean, is there a way? Should they have notified somebody? What do you make of it?
Absolutely, they should have notified somebody. I mean, that's something that requires somebody to go ahead and press the alarm and make sure that anybody can die. What happens if they die? They're going to say, "Oh, I'm sorry."
Eventually, the door closes on its own with a little push from the passenger. Metro North the video disturbs them too, and they're investigating the malfunction, which a railroad union official blames on a frozen circuit that controls the doors and should have also alerted a conductor. A spokesman says all doors are now being inspected, and this 40-year-old car is out of service for repairs.
Is there anything more tattletale than this? Who gives a shit?
So lessons to be learned from this. Well, first of all, never lean on a moving train door.
Fuck up.
For this very reason.
Really
also, Metro North says if you ever see a door open with the train running, move much further away from it than you see passengers in that video doing. And by all means, call over a conductor. They can close it manually. But one rider on this train told us that a conductor was told and never came back there. Metro North says this is a very unusual occurrence, but they claim that no conductor was ever told.
Right.
That's the latest this morning.
And then they asked for more money.
No.
Is that news?
A door got stuck open on the train.
Right.
Someone filmed it, so they show people. This is how they created that story. They show people outside and ask them to comment. What are people going to say? No, it's good the door's open.
Great, the door's open. We want more doors open.
And then some dumb advice. Make sure you move away from the open door. Really?
They got to give you the
I didn't know
safety.
you were supposed to do that.
Got to give you the safety advice for the story.
The news just sucks.
It's so bad.
And then what we can learn from this: don't lean up against doors. Really, you could spend the next 20 years of your life leaning up against a door, and guess what? You'll be completely fine. It's one of those rare fucking things that happens.
Ugh.
Stupid fucking news.
News is asinine.
You guys watched the Obama?
Watched some Obama State of the Union address.
Let me guess, you hated it.
No, actually, let me guess. I thought the lighting was very good and the sound quality of
Let me guess, you were screaming at your TV.
I was at the part where, he had to reiterate that the tax cuts are temporary and that millionaires should do their part. It's like, fuck it. How about you cut everything? Just cut all your fucking pocket-stuffing bullshit. With your cronyism.
Yeah, how about you and your family stop taking fucking $800,000 vacations?
Yeah.
I know all presidents take them.
How about we save it that way?
But if everyone's making big sacrifices, how about you start and maybe Michelle doesn't go over to Europe with her friends and a full contingent of bodyguards? How about that?
Have giant cotillions at the White House with international dignitaries eating, drinking champagne cocktails high in the Sierra Mountains.
So, I guess you didn't like it.
No, I hated it.
Of course you did.
I know.
Did you hate it as soon as you saw Michelle Obama? Even though she didn't do anything but walk in?
That woman's got some shoulders on her.
She got big hips.
She's a big woman.
She's got the big hips.
She is a big woman.
She's got the big hips where you know she's wearing stretchy underwear.
She's gotta be.
Sexy, though. She goes with the
sexy. But aren't they too
sexy.
big? You ever see sexy underwear that's much too big?
Well, they're stretching too far on the sides.
It's like
I've always hated that.
You look in a store or something, and you're walking down the foundations aisle, and you see the supposed sexy underwear, but it's much too big.
You know what I liked about the State of the Union, and this is as far as I got into it? The empty seat. Very emotional.
That's
for the Giffords.
It's like the missing man formation.
Very emotional.
Fighter pilots.
Some asshole had to fucking stand somewhere because they had to have an empty seat to get us all emotional.
That's so he could turn and say, "And we should be conscious of the empty seat here tonight." And he wanted to stay.
I would have been the asshole. Is that seat taken?
Yeah, imagine some dummy just goes, "There's an empty seat. I'm moving up."
Walking down the aisle.
Sits down.
Is that
just be clueless guy.
He's eating a sundae like George Costanza at the game. He's got chocolate all over his face.
Is that that's an empty seat. I'm
moving down.
Dude, I'm moving down.
I hope the usher doesn't notice. Fucking ushers. Go fuck yourselves. I'm going to give out a lot of fuck yous today.
Oh.
Stupid fucking ushers at sporting events looking for a handout when you see an empty seat below.
Are you kidding? They look to get paid off?
You don't know that?
No. I actually didn't know that.
You don't know that?
No.
I did not know. I really didn't.
Commonplace?
Yeah. It's common in New York. These guys watch their seats like fucking hawks, and if you try to move down, they go, "Hey, you can't sit there." Oh, but you give them a 5 spot, they'll let you sit there.
Wow.
Really? Probably more than 5 at this point, yeah. You don't know that?
Dude, I swear to God.
These guys
I don't know how to bribe people. I've never known how to do it.
They watch their areas. As soon as you move down, they know, and they come running.
I would be so afraid of getting thrown out. I don't know who.
Jimmy just goes, "Thought we could take care of it right here at the garden."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's my ticket. I don't have my ticket.
Dude, I had no idea that you could bribe your way. That's great.
And you're supposed to tip them when they show you your seat, even though you sit there for every fucking
Oh, really?
game.
I don't tip.
They have a weird, dirty rag, and they kind of make believe they're brushing your seat off for you. And then if you don't tip, you hear them go...
Yeah, fuck yourself.
I tip, by the way.
Some jobs dictate you tip, some don't.
But you don't really... I don't think it's necessary.
No?
But, man, yeah, you try to move down, they're fucking looking for their handout. You want to go through the State of the Union?
Of course. It was the big story last night. The president...
Not the big story in my household.
On the heels of the Tucson shooting coming out, State of the Union address, and a very, people were very upset about, a lot of liberals, that he didn't bring up gun control.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, well, because he knows what happens. He loses even more people from the House and the Senate. And
after watching the way the media tried to pass off this guy's shooting on Sarah Palin's metaphorical target, I have such a fucking disdain for them, and they really have kept their mouth shut. It's funny how they have not continued. Where's the rhetoric talk?
Yeah,
where's all the media with the rhetoric talk? That it turns out that he was a fucking left-wing radical. Which again, it's not their fault that he did it. But where is it?
Come on.
Where the fuck is the media yapping now that his friends even said he didn't like Bush and he didn't like right-wing talk radio,
or even admitting that perhaps some of the reporting was a little biased and wrong and. But no, you'll never see that. The story disappeared. All of a sudden, it's not Sarah Palin anymore, but no one will say it. And this guy's there grinning in a courtroom like a lunatic. But
he's nuts.
He is crazy.
This guy is batshit nuts.
He's just nuts.
There's no looking for answers. He's just a crazy mother.
No, we love answers. Sometimes there isn't one. Sometimes
he's nuts.
Just a crazy person.
He's a nut.
And Gifford's condition has been upgraded to good from serious.
Yeah. Just going to rehab and stuff.
This broad's going to be playing tennis soon, man.
Yeah. It's amazing.
Good to Sirius. I mean, she's coming to work here at Sirius XM.
No, Chip, she's not. Oh. Although, who knows? This place.
They'll probably give her a show.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I just had a few titles go through my head, and I filtered it. See, this is how the Opie and Anthony show filter works. You get a thought in your head, and before you spit it out, 99% of the times we filter it so we don't get in trouble. 1% of the time it slips out and we get in trouble. But that time right there, I thought better than to make a joke about her condition and this place. And
no way. I had no desire to do that or to say how this should probably be perfect in a management level position.
Okay, well, that's funny because it's good on the management.
Yeah. I was not going to say that at all.
Yes.
Obama State of the Union.
Obama.
A couple highlights for everybody.
We're telling America's scientists and engineers that if they assemble teams of the best minds in their fields and focus on the hardest problems in clean energy, we'll fund the Apollo projects of our time. At the California Institute of Technology, they're developing a way to turn sunlight and water into fuel for our cars.
Yeah, hydrogen.
At Oak Ridge National Laboratory, they're using supercomputers to get a lot more power out of our nuclear facilities.
Supercomputers.
With more research and incentives, we can break our dependence on oil with biofuel.
How does he not know if they're using supercomputers? Someone has to tell him before he makes that speech.
I know.
He doesn't know the difference, whether they're using soup or computers to get a...
Supercomputers.
Soup or computers.
They're using supercomputers.
One of those two.
Well, soup is very delicious.
And the Apollo project, it's all about black people, isn't it?
You know, that line kind of pissed me off because he's the guy that pretty much put the kibosh on the Back to the Moon project, which people would go, oh, well, that's another expense. It's a lot of money, blah-de-blah-de-blah. But do you know how much technology and jobs and new technology and things he's talking about here? He's talking about the next Apollo project. Well, that is where a lot of technology that this country was famous for making came from, the space program. And he's decimating it in order to give money, I don't know where else, and tax the fuck out of everybody, yet no money goes to these programs that do make jobs and do make technology and innovation so we can have jobs here in this country and invent things again like we did during the Apollo program. So he evokes the name of the Apollo program, and yet what he's doing is tearing apart NASA and pretty much restricting them to having to take Russian ships up to the space station because we now don't have a space program.
Maybe he just thinks it's a waste of time, and there's no more new technology to be had.
Well, maybe, but they thought that, too, back in the 60s.
Oh, I understand. You can't
when John Kennedy,
you got to be open-minded.
We will go to the moon and do those other things. I love when he goes, those other things. It's like, what was that? Keep your head on? Oops, that other thing didn't quite work.
Going backwards. Rob in Garden City. Rob.
Backwards.
Yeah, when I was a kid, me and my father would go to Shea Stadium, and he knew we'd buy, like, the cheapest tickets, like $10 tickets, and he would go to a certain gate, and he would just hand the guy $50, and we would just be able to sit down, like, 3 rows behind the third base dugout. And he knew what seats, like, never got used, and if by any chance they would happen to show up, he'd just move us to another seat.
Now, wait, the usher would move you?
Yeah, just the guy that's in that area. That seats you.
Actually, the musician Usher.
And if you pay
would come down, and
if you pay the usher, then they would take care of you, and make sure they would move you around if the seat they put you in, if the guy showed up.
$50 now. What year was that though? That sounds more like it. What year was that?
That was like in the maybe late 90s.
It's a major scam, especially at baseball games. Major.
Yeah,
there's so many of them.
You're not just moving down for free. There's no way you could get away with it.
Wow, I didn't know you could do it at all, though, dude. That's great news.
The best game I ever went to, I got to sit right behind, like right on the third base dugout, like setting my drinks and food right on the dugout.
Right.
Wow,
for like $10.
Those are great seats when you can put your beer on the dugout.
I've only
had that seat once, and it's such a great fucking seat. Man.
Yeah, it really is.
Just put your beer down, lean on the dugout, wave.
All right, sir. Back to the State of the Union.
Oil with biofuels and become the first country to have 1 million electric vehicles on the road by 2015. We need to get behind this innovation. And to help pay for it, I'm asking Congress to eliminate the billions in taxpayer dollars we currently give to oil companies.
I'm fine with that, though.
I don't know if you've noticed, but they're doing just fine on their own.
Oh, shit, a little joke. A little Obama joke.
I agree with that, though. Like, fucking put the money into alternative energy instead of giving billions. I don't want my tax dollars going to the oil companies.
He could ask all he wants. It's not going to happen.
I don't know what kind of tax breaks the oil companies are getting, what it's being used for. I know the oil companies don't just pump oil out and make money all the time. They're doing very well right now, that's for sure. But research and development is a huge part of oil companies.
It is.
They can't just keep pumping the same fucking wells. And we run right now, unfortunately, we still run on fossil fuel until that runs out and we got to come up with something different. Obama wants 1 million electric cars on the road. Where's the electricity come from? Do people understand we don't pull it out of our assholes? That it comes from fucking oil? Pumping fucking electricity? Yeah, there's nuclear power plants too and stuff, but for the most part, it comes from generators powered buy fossil fuel.
But we don't use as much oil that way, right? Is that
well, not as much as I would guess the olden days when we didn't have nuclear power plants.
I like the electric car thing, but I bet you if we grab some audio from Jimmy Carter, he probably said the same thing.
All the presidents
in the 70s.
I remember.
We
George
should do
W.
a
Bush
montage of State of the Union promises.
George W. Bush was saying the same fucking speech.
And I'm sure Clinton said it
about technology and how
I'm
we
sure
need
the other Bush
to.
said it.
Yeah.
Why does it not get done though? Like I know it's a haul, but like literally we can have. Like I mean, a lot of the cabs you take now because it saves them on gas are hybrids, and they're fucking. You always think they're running out of. They're off.
Yeah.
They're so quiet.
Yeah.
But why don't we have that? The oil companies really do invest in and lobby against that shit, and that's where you got to kind of hate them.
Yeah, but you know what? It's a business. If you were,
I know.
If you were putting out something, if there was all of a sudden this solar-paneled, hysterical comedian that came rolling out onto a stage and made people laugh and laugh and the club owners didn't have to pay him paid him $1 every time they came out on stage, and they started going, Jimmy, these guys are funny, these robot things, we pay them $1. You'd be going like, I don't like these robot comedians.
You're right, and I would be selfish about it, especially if most of my audience is what kept this country tied into these shit Middle East countries like fucking Saudi Arabia. Especially if my audience was dependent on Saudi Arabia, then I would be selfish. But boy, would I be a selfish cunt. I hate the fucking Middle East, and I want out
with a passion.
I want out. I don't care what they do to each other.
I know.
Sick of depending on them.
Carolina man, Opie and hates entitlements, and NASA has never done anything but lost billions of dollars since the mid-'80s.
You know what?
And that's probably what Obama's looking at.
But then restructure. But losing money, you don't lose money when you invent things. Let's see what NASA has come up with that we use on a daily basis since the 80s till now, and you tell me that's losing money. It makes industry. If a company, if a government agency, and by the way, show me one government agency that makes fucking money, okay? It doesn't happen. NASA is an innovative government agency. They have great minds, and over the history of NASA, they've had their ups and downs, but for the most part, they have invented amazing fucking things.
Why don't we privatize?
Amazing things. Yeah, privatize.
Why don't we privatize the space program?
How about restructuring and just the waste? There's so much waste in government, and no one really addresses it because it's just like, oh, it's been there, it'll always be there. Fix the waste.
What if they privatize it? That's not a bad. Like I've heard that talked about. Why is that bad for them to privatize it?
I don't know. People are privatizing their own space endeavors. You got, what's his name there from Virgin?
Branson, yeah.
Branson, he's doing his own thing. A lot of people are trying to get into the space program. But to say that NASA is losing money and wasting it is not accurate. It's not just like you're throwing money in and getting nothing out. You're getting amazing technology. That fucking GPS system, right? The GPS system you use in your car every fucking day. Thank you. Thank you, NASA. And the military.
We invented Tang, by the way, Gregory. Tang is our invention.
Love the Tang.
Yes, I do too, especially the orange flavor.
How about what
they still sell Tang?
Yes, they do.
How about what you're listening to right the fuck now
on Craigslist?
We'd be out of a gig.
Tang on Craigslist.
Tang. Where do you think satellite radio comes from? What do you think? They slingshot that shit up into space?
We'd be out of a gig?
We'd be out of a gig.
Is that a bad thing?
NASA, not necessarily.
Okay, then who cares?
Everything, MRI, CAT scans, there's so much shit.
We were going to invent that shit no matter what.
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
And for him to say it was a waste is stupid. That's very, very, you're short-sighted. Look at the big picture. NASA at least has given us technology that has made jobs. It's made complete industries that this country exclusively owned for many years.
All right. Obama talks about kids going to school and getting degrees.
As many as a quarter of our students aren't even finishing high school. The quality of our math and science education lags behind many other nations.
I wonder why.
Why?
Because the students perhaps are distracted by unruly youths and teens. I saw some more videos of unruly teens yesterday. It was fantastic.
Which one was that?
The
was
one
it
at Wendy's.
Not the IHOP one?
The IHOP one. Yeah. Well, it's unruly teens. That's what I say now. I go, oh, fuck, look, an unruly just passed me. Oh, shit, an unruly won't get out of the way. That's my new word.
You see
unruly.
You see unrulies every day?
I see unrulies. They're everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Everywhere.
Everywhere you look?
I see them all the time.
Were you avoiding an unruly when you crashed your car?
No, I wasn't. That was purely my fault. I do not
Sounds like you were a little unruly.
I do not cast blame, although I was driving on unruly top.
Jesus.
America's fallen to 9th in the proportion of young people with a college degree. And so the question is whether all of us, as citizens and as parents, are willing to do what's necessary to give every child a chance to succeed. That responsibility begins not in our classrooms, but in our homes and communities.
Oh, by having, parents.
It's family that first instills the love of learning in a child.
And what are you going to do about that?
Only parents can make sure the TV is turned off and homework gets done. We need to teach our kids that it's not just the winner of the Super Bowl who deserves to be celebrated, but the winner of the science fair.
Let's celebrate that nerd, because he won't be getting any pussy in high school.
Yeah.
Science fair.
Good old science.
He's right. I mean, look, he's right about that.
But it's this idealistic bullshit that like anybody can say. It's first of all, for your parents to say turn off the TV and do your homework, you're already doing a great job. If you have to tell your child, hey, shut the TV off, go inside and do your homework, you're already a family. Holy fuck. You're leaps and bounds ahead of the people that are fucking up out there. How about where's our son? So I could tell him to do his homework. Homework? I don't even know if the motherfucker's in school. Turn off the TV. What TV? It was stolen last night.
Exactly. Or at least ask the TV to stop talking so loud before you ask him to leave. Transvestite joke.
Yes, tranny. It's idealistic stuff, which is fine. I mean, Kennedy spewed out a lot of idealistic stuff, but you know what? There was a certain passion in what he said and a belief in what he said. And the time in American history, we were very proud as American people, not as selfish, I think, not as greedy, more united, not as polarized. And I don't mean racially. I just mean as a country.
I think you're right.
And we were proud to be the greatest country on the face of the earth. We were proud that, like, look at what we invented. And now we look at us, we give this to your world. And now it's like, oh, China's doing this, that, and we're just like, I gotta go work. Leave me alone. We don't care anymore.
By the way, watching Obama's speech, and this is something that they're all guilty of. They all talk about how we have to work together and how this and that. We all have to curtail our speech. And when it's a Republican president, the Republicans stand up and clap, and the Democrats act like he just said AIDS is fun.
Yeah.
And the same thing when a Democrat speaks. Republicans sit on their fat asses. Fuck.
They don't applaud.
All of them. And they're if they can't applaud what he's saying as a courtesy, that you know what I mean? Like they're such fucking twats. Like they expect us to have
babies.
They talk about it being like a friendly discourse and respectful. Meanwhile, Hillary and Obama rip each other apart, just like McCain and whoever he beat in the primaries. And then all of a sudden they're on the same team.
Same team.
Like Hillary, why didn't Hillary come out and go, you know what? I said that Obama sucked and I liked McCain, so I'm going to stick with McCain for the presidency. I believe in him. Like, that's what fucking, how phony they all are.
Because it's phony.
I'm babbling. I'm sorry. I'm tired.
No, you're not, because the way people don't realize the phoniness, it amazes me. Like, that is blatant phoniness. How one day she can't stand him, and then, all right, he wins the primary, she concedes, and now she likes his policies and what he does. You were just bashing him for not having enough experience, if you remember. She said that. His policies were too liberal. And now, well, he's great.
I think McCain and Hillary would have been a really good ticket. Like, I think that would have been an interesting... I mean, the hardcore Republicans would have hated it because it's very liberal for Republican. But, I mean, a lot better than fucking Sarah Palin.
Better than Palin and McCain, and better than Obama and Biden. Tell you the truth.
Yeah. You know, I don't dislike Obama. I kind of just wish he was a vice president and then became president after 4 or 8 years of like, kind of like Bush Sr. did.
Oh, right, yeah.
I would prefer that because that would give him 8 years or 4 years of experience.
A little more experience.
Yeah, and put him in.
Learn how things work because this is going to be a 4-year waste of
Dude,
time.
he really is an idealistic guy, and he walked in there thinking like, I'm going to change everything. I don't think he's a complete liar at all. And then all of a sudden, it's like, you're not going to change everything. You're not. It's just the way it works.
I don't think he's genuine in that I hear what he says, and I just see it as the next ploy to get reelected. You are not going to see a sincere word out of this guy's mouth for 2 more years.
Maybe
because
not.
Everything he does is going to be a platform to be reelected. This is his first reelection speech right now, is the State of the Union.
Let's say hi to Mike in North Carolina.
Mike!
Mikey.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, Mike?
Anthony, you're a funny guy, but you're driving me nuts.
All right.
Where is he driving you nuts, boy? Is he driving them far from home? I'm doing accents today. I didn't sleep a wink. I'm tired.
I didn't sleep a wink. You do it.
Fun day.
Go ahead, sir.
People like you are the reason why he can't get anything done.
All right.
Queers.
Because he's labeled Democrat, because he's Obama, no matter what he says, you're going to criticize it. 2 minutes ago, you just criticized him for telling parents to make their kids do their homework. I mean, really, can you really be
because
so much against that?
Yes, I can, because the problem is deeper than kids do your homework. Like I said, if you listen, if you're not listening to what I'm saying. I said if you have a child in the house and you have 2 parents and they're telling their child, now shut that TV off and do your homework, you're winning the battle right there because you have your child in the house, he's gone to school, he's come home, you're actually able to communicate to him to tell him to shut his TV. He's not out gangbanging or fucking shooting people or selling drugs. There are parents in the fucking house that give a shit. He's not pawned off on his grandmother because the mother's a crackhead and the father who fathered 10 children is gone. That's an important issue as to why our education system sucks a dick and our scores are low. Come on.
That was an excellent point for television until you said sucks a dick.
Well, I know.
You can't say sucks a dick on TV.
That guy, we're an extreme channel there, Fez.
All right, let me say hi to Reggie. Reggie.
Love Ronnie.
What's up, fellas?
Hey.
Anthony, you son of a bitch. Why don't you just fucking say you hate him because he's a nigga? Everything this guy says, everything he says, you fucking disagree with.
Not because his policy. Because I don't agree with his policies. Of course I'm not going to agree with him because his policies are way too left and way too social, and I'm a fiscally conservative man, and he's against me.
Sorry.
Yeah?
I don't understand how Anthony got his subconscious to call. That was amazing.
So you would hate Obama just as much if he was white?
I didn't like fucking Carter. I didn't like fucking...
but you do have a problem when he's black,
like Clinton.
Right? You do have a problem when he's black, no?
Because it affects his agenda. That's the only problem. I don't physically have a problem because I look at him and I see a black man as president of the United States. A lot of people want to pour that on me. That's not true.
Like if it was Colin Powell and he was a Republican, you'd like him. Right.
I would be like, I don't care he's a black guy. It's Colin Powell. I agree with a lot of his politics, aside from the fact that he went in front of the UN as a puppet and just babbled bullshit that George Bush fed him. But and that's where he lost everybody, by the way. But I don't look at Obama and go, oh, goddamn, look, we got just a Negro in the White House. I'm not like that. I look at him, though, and see, based on his track record and him as an activist in Chicago, that his blackness affects his agenda in a way I don't agree with. And that's the only problem I have with him being a black president. He should just be a president, not a black president. Get me? Thank you.
State of the Union, Obama talks about rebuilding faith in government and being transparent.
In the coming year, we'll also work to rebuild people's faith in the institution of government. Because you deserve to know exactly how and where your tax dollars are being spent, you'll be able to go to a website and get that information for the very first time in history.
Oh, yeah?
Because you deserve to know when your elected officials are meeting with lobbyists. I asked Congress to do what the White House has already done. Put that information online. And because the American people deserve to know that special interests aren't larding up legislation with pet projects, Both parties in Congress should know this.
Your special interest.
If a bill comes to my desk with earmarks inside, I will veto it. I will veto it.
How many fucking earmarks have been on bills he has signed because they're left-wing earmarks put in by his cronies? He's just talking about the Republicans and the right. He doesn't want to see any bills come across his desk with those earmarks on it. How about all the earmarks that were in the fucking first draft of the health care bill? Stop it. Stop it. He's fucking lying. God.
The only way to tackle our deficit is to cut excessive spending wherever we find it.
Great, do it.
In domestic spending, defense spending, health care spending, and spending through tax breaks and loopholes.
Oh, that's spending.
This means further reducing health care costs, including programs like Medicare and Medicaid, which are the single biggest contributor to our long-term deficit. The health insurance law we passed last year will slow these rising costs, which is part of the reason that nonpartisan economists have said that repealing the health care law would add $250 billion to our deficit.
As opposed to what you added?
Still, I'm willing to look at other ideas to bring down costs, including one that Republicans suggested last year.
Yeah.
Medical malpractice reform to rein in frivolous lawsuits.
Like that?
Yes.
I like that.
The trial lawyers.
That's good. How much does that cost, though? Is that one of those things you could just jump on and go, hey, everybody agrees with this. Yay. And it saves us $20.
Now, the lawsuits, but the lawsuits jack up insurance.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Sure they are, it's like we were talking at the cell last night. It's like you don't know who to hate because it's easy to criticize doctors. Like, fuck them, they charge too much. But then again, they pay tremendous malpractice insurance. And they should, because a lot of times they fuck up. But a lot of times the lawsuits they have to deal with are things that are beyond their control.
The frivolous bullshit.
The lawsuits really make insurance a lot higher than it should be. Mm-hmm. People sue. Like this fucking dumb twat that fell into the
fountain?
The fountain?
Yeah.
Oh, I saw an interview with her where she's crying and if it was you, you'd feel different. And she's retained a lawyer.
You looked like you looked silly. So what? You can't sue for looking silly because you weren't paying attention. Your fat ass was walking right into a fountain, you dummy.
Yep.
You walked into a fountain because you were texting some fucking fat woman babble.
Which will lead to something we'll talk about after the break, what a new law this lawmaker wants to make.
Oh, great.
Oh, this fucking thing is driving me nuts.
He's a Democrat.
Don't even say what it is
I will only say this. He's a Democrat. And once again, I would just like to say, for all you civil libertarians out there, will you stop sniveling that it's only conservatives who are trying to infringe on your civil liberties? Will you stop it?
This asshole's trying to pass a law that will drive everyone fucking
one thing
nuts.
happens, and the first thing people do is, we must pass a law. Shut up. Some fat dummy fell in a fountain and it was funny. She's fine. She looked like an idiot on YouTube. Great.
Can we
Join the
try
club.
to get this guy on the phone for after the break?
Yeah, we could try.
Please. Let's see if he wants to talk about his stupid law. More Obama from the State of the Union.
And if we truly care about our deficit, we simply can't afford a permanent extension of the tax cuts for the wealthiest 2% of Americans.
Make sure you say 2%.
Before we take money away from our schools or scholarships away from our students, we should ask millionaires to give up their tax break.
Shut up.
It's not a matter of punishing their success.
Yes, it is.
It's about promoting America's success.
Fuck you! Fuck you! Fuck you! Just fuck you!
Wow, you're saying fuck you to the president.
Asking millionaires to give you fucking... I work my balls off. Shut up. I've worked for many years. I have a God-given talent for being hysterical.
And doing voices.
You are... Why should I have to chip in to something you think I should?
What's that?
Who the fuck, Chip? Why should I have to chip in for something you think that I should do? Because you're the fucking president? Just stop already. I pay a fuckload of taxes. I just mailed one out. And that isn't even for April. I got to get all my shit together and fucking send it off and pay more in April. And then again in July. And then again in fucking October. And again, just shut up. I pay enough. Fuck you. Get out of my pocket.
It is, you know what? It's hard to argue with that. It's like,
fuck.
They just want to keep fucking taking more.
Enough.
Well, that's what this law's all about that we're going to talk about.
I had to take a fucking pay cut here where I work, but they don't take that into consideration. They don't want to take more taxes out of the less money I make. Fuck you. Just go fuck yourself, man. I'm sick of it. Him, his cronies. Fuck you. And the wealthiest, let me make sure I say 2%, which means 98% of you. Wow. You're all under my fucking wing. Shut up. God, does this guy stink as the president? Oh, he just does. God, enough of you with the taxes. Cut the spending. Cut your bullshit fucking program. Don't do shit spending. Fucking socialist commie. Enough of him. God, 2 more years, please. Get somebody, Mitt Romney, anybody. Just fucking get in there and take his job away. Send him back to Chicago with his tail between his legs. Enough.
Obama talks about gays in the military.
Oh, okay.
Tonight, let us speak with one voice in reaffirming that our nation is united in support of our troops and their families. Let us serve them as well as they've served us by giving them the equipment they need, by providing them with the care and benefits that they have earned, and by enlisting our veterans in the great task of building our own nation. Our troops come from every corner of this country. They're black, white, Latino, Asian, Native American. They are Christian and Hindu, Jewish and Muslim.
We get it.
And yes, we know that some of them are gay.
What?
Starting this year, no American will be forbidden from serving the country they love because of who they love.
For loving to suck a cock.
Okay, faggot, what's that?
If you like to suck a cock, you can shoot a gun.
I do agree with them there, too. Enough of keeping gays out of the military.
Gays want to go in there, have a pisser, have a field deck.
Got more balls than me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know.
Well, in their mouth, on their nose.
In their pockets.
Goes into combat wearing a Roman war helmet like the old days.
Let's go to Andy in Atlanta. Andy.
Morning, boys.
Andy. What's up, Andy?
Did you guys see in the section where he was talking about fame is not the answer to long-term success and all that crap, the lady that was falling asleep? When they went to the crowd, they showed a black lady sitting, obviously a member of Congress or something. She was dead asleep, and her head just rolled right over, and the camera was dead on her.
Oh, yeah? She was sleeping? A little snooze?
Well, that's because blacks are lazy, right, Ant?
I'm snoozing. Never said that. There are plenty of wonderful African Americans out there.
You'll agree that a white person
could
fall asleep, too, at the State of the Union,
I see him on every commercial. I see him on commercials for cereal. I see wonderful families eating together in cereal commercials. I see wonderful families going to Disney. I see that on television. So they're out there. I know it. I've seen it.
And finally, this from the State of the Union.
We should have no illusions about the work ahead of us. Reforming our schools, changing the way we use energy, reducing our deficit. None of this will be easy. All of it will take time. And it will be harder because we will argue about everything. The costs, the details, the letter of every law. Of course, some countries don't have this problem. If the central government wants a railroad, they build a railroad.
Right.
No matter how many homes get bulldozed.
That's it. Like that.
If they don't want a bad story in the newspaper, it doesn't get written. And yet, as contentious and frustrating and messy as our democracy can sometimes be, I know there isn't a person here who would trade places with any other nation on earth.
that's all, folks.
All right.
State of the Union.
Nice finish. Nice big finish there. Good one. I'll pay for it. Don't worry. I got it. Hey, everybody. I'm like the guy that walks into the bar. Only the bar is the United States. Hey, everybody. Don't worry. I got it. I got it. I'm good. Obama says I got it. Just do whatever you need to do. I'll take care of it. I'll again say it. The 2% he's talking about make a lot of jobs for people. You tax them, the jobs go away, and that's what happens. Sorry. It's just the way it is. You can see what happened with the economy. It wasn't taxes, but it was, companies fucking up. But the bottom line was a lot of businesses weren't getting the income that they had before. And what did they have to do? Fire people. And unemployment went up. Taxes, it's like the same thing. You're taking money away from a company, and they're not going to be able to hire as many people as they did. Unemployment goes up, and you end up where we are now. So taxing the evil, the evil 2%. Oh, we're like Darth Vaders. It doesn't help the economy. Enough. There's a balance, motherfucker, and it's already way tilted. Way tilted. Flat tax, everyone pays. Blow me.
With that, Kevin in Wisconsin. Kevin.
Hi, I wanted to let Jimmy know that having gays in the military, it sounds good on paper and everything, but I did 4 years in the Marine Corps. There's no fucking way I'm going to serve with a guy like Fez. You automatically revert fucking 10 years. You're a bunch of juveniles, man, and you're constantly grabbing ass and giving shit to your buddies.
Dude, hold on, Kevin. That is I gotta say something. That's really stupid. I mean, it's not that you don't want to have a Fez next to you because I don't even know if he's gay, to be honest with you. Let's say he is. I have no idea. Yeah, but you don't want Fez near you because maybe he's a little unstable. Has nothing to do with his fucking...
Fez isn't the kind of guy that would join.
Right, it's not. It has nothing to do with his sexual preference. No. He's a little shaky on his feet. We all know that.
But dude, I know what you're talking about. Military
like
guys...
I said, I have no fucking idea what Fez's deal is.
Military guys have a certain way of behaving. Hold on. But the thing is, I know you just usually give us an example, but even though like military guys have a certain way of behaving, and there will be annoying things that happen for you guys, like don't call each other fags, because like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
But to me, man, other countries do it, and if a guy wants to serve, they're braver than me. Like a gay guy willing to go in there and fucking serve and possibly go to war is fucking braver than me. I never had the guts to do it, so I don't think I'm in a position to go, that guy can't do it.
No. Okay, let him, man. But I'm just saying, the guy is going to get so much shit, he's probably going to want to put a bullet in it, and it's just the way the people are.
But dude, don't forget, there's been gays in the military since the U.S. existed, since Rome. They've always been there.
Since the Revolutionary War.
Oh, yeah.
Now they just don't have to, and they're in every other facet of life. It's like you work with gay guys, or you have gay guys in school, or whatever. So it's not like it's this foreign being that they're shipping in and only putting in the military.
Yeah, since the Revolutionary War, who do you think was playing the fife?
Oh, yeah, you should see right after they painted that, he put the fife up his ass.
Right, that was
great.
No straight man would be playing the fife on the battlefield.
Fife.
The gay guys now, at least you'll know who not to show your cock to. It's like, don't believe me, they've been looking at your dick every shower you took. One gay guy was staring at your fucking hog. At least now you'll know who they are and you'll just turn the other way.
Yeah. Turn your ass to him.
But I guarantee it would never work. And why don't they take a vote of the guys that are in the military? I guarantee it'd be 90% against and maybe 10% for the gays.
Isn't there like psychological testing and all that? So it has nothing to do with actually being gay. It's how stable you are as a human being. And I think then the military realizes that, and then maybe you get a little desk job somewhere.
You're not getting a flamboyantly gay guy from the fucking Halloween parade here in New York that's going to go to the recruiting office and say, I want to be a Marine. It's not going to happen. You're going to get normal guys that just like the cock.
It's, like I said, it looks good on paper, but I guarantee you,
I just like the fact that, no, look.
15-year-old kids, man.
Fuck everything. Stop. I like the fact that the new doll is coming out. The G.I. Moe is coming out. I'm collecting them all.
And the Kung Fu grip is in his asshole.
All right, have a good day, boys.
All right,
man. Well, what are you going to do? That fucking guy doesn't want the gays in the military. Keith in Connecticut. Keith.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, Anthony, after you watched the speech last night and you were nice and happy, did you happen to go out in the garage and see the empty space where your Mustang used to be?
Yeah, that was pretty hard to do.
Where you at with your queasiness? Where you at with your car?
Well, the dizziness pretty much gone completely. Yeah, I did some of the Dr. Steve. He sent me some of those head exercise things to do, and I did them, and it worked. Yeah, it's fucked up. So the dizziness is I say about 90% gone. And today I got to go and pick the car up, put it on another flatbed, and send it to my garage.
You tweeting some pictures of that shit today, or what?
I will today. I'll take some pictures today and then tweet it. But yeah, it's it's what it is.
They're now calling it a wild ride.
Wild ride.
Because the door was open on a trade.
Fucking media they should all be fucking killed. They're just terrible.
A wild ride.
I guess there's no news today.
People were getting some nice fresh air on the train. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah, probably stunk in there anyway.
Wild ride. What's wrong with everybody? Let's go to Don in Jersey. Don, what's going on?
Hey there, Dan.
Hey guys, what's up? Listen, Anthony, my nephew is starting college next year. Can we have some money?
Oh, great. Yeah, sure. I'll send some over. Why should I have to send you money?
Why not? You're a millionaire.
Yeah, and I earned it, so why don't you go earn it?
Well, the college thing's out of control.
Well,
there's gonna be some rioting over college fucking.
World
costumes.
needs ditch diggers too,
That is the biggest scam going. You could save a shitload of money in that area. Here's a major in the Army. He wants to talk to that guy that just called in. Jason in Ohio.
Yeah, guys, how you doing?
Hey, man.
Yeah, that gentleman who just called in was completely ignorant and out of line. I've been working on different referendums and policies in my job as a lawyer in the military to get this passed. I've also got experience as a combat arms officer. And here's the gist of it. There have been gay guys serving forever. You're going to call them a faggot anyway. You get over it and you fight together. That was just a typical ignorant response.
Yeah, I think when, as they call it, the shit goes down, as long as he's well-trained and know that shit goes down, down your balls.
But, Jason,
I was in the shit, we know.
Jason, that's the problem, though. I mean, people certainly feel that way.
Yeah,
I'm sure he's not the only one that feels that way.
No, and I would say he's in the minority, whether he thinks he's in the majority or not.
Yeah.
You think it's a minority now that think that way?
Well, the reason you don't poll soldiers is because it's a command decision.
Yeah, it's not a fucking democracy in the military. You fucking do what you're told.
No. When I was a little fucking grunt and I got told to move out and draw fire, that's what I did. I went and shot Al Qaeda in the face, and that's because I was told to do it. And I was
Is it true the gays don't want it called grunt? They want it called grok?
No, I haven't heard anything like that.
Cunt, cock. See? Wow.
I didn't get it.
Holy shit. Let the gay guy drop this bomb.
I mean, the only issue you really run into is housing. Enlisted throughout the military, you're saying, well, how do you house gays? You have to house them separately. That costs more money.
Just live with the gays.
Yeah.
Really? You're sleeping what? You're going to get a cock up your ass?
Yeah,
really. It'll be just fine for everybody.
Just think at the bars, it could be so much easier because you could get 4 gay guys on one bar stool if you just turn it over.
Well, that's one way to look at it.
That old gag.
I'm sure the Coast Guard would be in favor of that one.
Oh, you're saying the Coast Guard has a lot of maybe...
Yeah, Coast Guard definitely sucks more dick than any other force.
Wow. I heard that on their commercial for recruiting. They suck more dick.
You could put that on a banner ad somewhere. Some fucker will buy it.
Some Coast Guard guy is like so pissed right now.
And this guy's pro
I know.
in the military, and he's saying that.
See, but this is the shit that happens.
What a wonderful world.
You just get guys, they're going to make fun. They're
yeah,
gonna
guys are going to be guys
shit.
in the end. Fuck it.
But if someone's shooting at you, you're not going to give a shit if that guy's gay next to you if he's proficient with a gun.
No. One of my best friends came out of the closet about 1.5 years ago after we got back from a deployment.
Yes.
Yes, his name is Steve. Well, this guy couldn't be a better officer. I don't care if he's gay or not, because in a firefight, he was a good guy to have on your side.
Did you know that he was gay or suspect?
Oh, yeah. No doubt about it. He would make impromptu... I was in the 3rd Infantry Division out of Savannah, Georgia.
Right, okay.
And this guy would make impromptu trips to Atlanta, just go, I'm going to visit friends.
Oh, friends.
And finally, we were like, yeah, dude, who are you going to visit? Who do you go every other weekend to see?
When you had a be on point, were you nervous when he said, "I'll be right behind you"?
Well, it didn't work like that. We were in a different unit, but I definitely would have worn ballistic armor on my asshole around him.
That's what they're going to do. They're going to start wearing ballistic armor instead of just vests. They'll pad their asses with it.
Yes, yeah, Kevlar on your bunger.
All right. Thank you, sir.
All right, guys, take it easy.
Let me say hi to Paul. Paul, what's going on?
Hi,
it's the Opie and Anthony show.
Hey there, Paul.
Hi.
Hey, I just wanted to say, I think it would all mess up because you're not going to have a bunch of guys, junior Marines, junior Army guys, follow a gay leader. It's just not going to happen, especially downrange, especially in combat.
Yeah?
I just don't think, no one's going to follow someone who's gay. And if you come out, you go away from the don't ask, don't tell, no one's going to follow that.
I don't think it's... Here's the deal. I don't think it's so much that you're going to get this influx of flamboyantly gay guys in the military. I think nothing's going to change aside from the fact that gay guys aren't going to have to worry that if it does come out that they're going to lose their career. I think it's just going to be the same guys that have been leading you or the same guys you've been leading. And there's going to be no huge change in the way gays act in the military. I don't see it happening like that.
Yeah, I mean, you got a good point on that. I mean,
Yes, I do.
All right, Paul. Anything else?
Touchdown, guys.
All right, thank you. Let's go to Greg on Long Island. Greg?
Greg.
All right.
Happened. He's got echo. Echo. Now batting.
Yes. Number 25.
This guy has a story about
some guy.
Charlie, Rhode Island.
Number 25.
Hey, Charlie.
How you doing, boys?
What's up?
Hey, not much. Hey, I was talking to my dad about gays in the military. He's a 20-year Marine Corps vet.
He didn't say that he's all for it with his hand in his pants, did he?
His opinion is that during a firefight, all they're going to want to do is suck each other's cocks and fuck each other in the ass. It's hysterical the way he thinks about that.
Oh, my God. He's old school.
Old school guy, right?
Mm.
Oh, my God. It's hysterical. I never stop laughing for him.
Yeah.
Attention.
I hear you.
All right, brother. I guess we could take a break here.
Oh, my God.
Thank you, Charlie.
Hey, how come no one's talking about energy prices?
I did talk about that for 4 hours on a date recently. Right into the girl's vagina. I didn't even lick. I just talked energy prices at her clit.
She get off?
Yeah. Her stupid vagina looked at me like a horse mouth, but smelled worse.
Oh, shit.
Big dopey horse lips.
Fed it an apple.
Yeah.
Faded an apple.
Yes. A Granny Smith green. I just shoved it in and I heard key runch. Like, well, I'm glad I didn't stick my dick in there.
All right, boys. Have a good day.
All right,
thanks.
I think we covered it.
Oh, God.
Quick break, and this law they want to pass, or this idiot wants to pass.
Yeah.
And it's once again about just trying to get more money from us. That's all this is
course.
about, obviously. We'll explain next.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Outrageous, borderline illegal audio entertainment. The virus. Sirius XM. Opie and Anthony. You're listening to Opie and Anthony. Opie and Anthony. Virus. Sirius XM.
Wow, that's wild. What is that about?
In case you got to throw up, right?
They show the hospital. I didn't hear the sound, but you got to know what happened.
What happened?
I don't know. I'm looking. It says suspect bails from moving police car.
Yeah.
And they showed the windshield cam of the car on a highway doing highway speed. And they showed the back seat cam of this chick. She's sitting there cuffed, and the window is open, the back window, and she just wiggles out head first. She's cuffed and just flies out the window. And then the next shot they showed was a hospital. So I guess she didn't get too far.
But she didn't die.
I don't know.
Because it looks like the car was going pretty damn fast.
Yeah.
I bet she was drunk and they left the window open so she wouldn't puke because there was a little pink bucket next to her. So I bet you she was fucking nauseous.
She said, fuck this, I'm out of here.
Yeah, leave the window open. I'm going to vomit. That's hardcore, motherfucker. That's hardcore.
So here's your law, the latest law.
All right.
And let's keep in mind that the politicians don't give a fuck about the individual whatsoever.
No.
What they care about is making more money.
The almighty dollar.
It's all about money when they come up with these wacky laws.
Chasing the Yankee dollar.
There's a guy, New York State Senator Carl Kruger. We've heard of the Carl Kruger over the years.
Yes.
He wants to make his state's streets safer. How do you make streets safer? He's talking about the sidewalks, by the way.
Well, let's see.
And I guess the streets, technically.
Dude, all of a sudden, I think he's saying that Asians can't drive, right? That's not right. That doesn't make the sidewalks safer.
Oh, Jimmy, you should wait till more of the story has been told.
Thank God we're on satellite, not K-Rock. Boy, they would have dumped out of that.
It's Extreme Channel there.
To do that, he's not proposing a tough new gun law or advocating for broader police search powers. Mm-hmm. No, Senator Kruger sees a greater danger out there. Distracting gadgets.
Gadgets? Anyone who calls things gadgets.
Well, this guy's really old, obviously, and has no fucking clue what's going on out there.
He don't use the gadget.
He hopes to ban the use of mobile phones, iPods, and other gadgets by pedestrians in major cities while crossing the street.
Come on.
This fucking idiot. That's how we live now. We all live just walking and looking down at our phones.
And in New York City...
And guess what? Every once in a while, you're going to lose one. Yes. But that means make it safe for everybody?
Yeah, it's not really...
When everyone else could handle that type of thing?
Does he realize in Manhattan, you're crossing a street every, fucking 50 steps?
Right.
So what are you supposed to do? Take your fucking iPhone, stop talking... or take the earbuds out.
Right.
This is so unrealistic.
Kruger said a series of accidents in his Brooklyn district. Where are these a series of accidents?
Must have been 2 or 3.
Must have been a couple, right?
Wow.
Couple
Look
dummies.
out.
And if you're stupid enough to not pay attention when you got your iPod or your phone in front of you when you're crossing the street and you get hit by a truck, that's your problem.
Sorry.
That's the mentality of the government being your mommy and daddy.
Right.
That's not what you want.
I don't need them to make me safer. I can handle my fucking phone.
Don't protect me.
And I can handle my fucking iPad.
Because someone else was stupid.
Get this asshole on the phone. I'm sick of these politicians. So a few things happen in his district, so he's now thinking, well, fuck, we got to do something. Concerned about the number of pedestrians he saw paying closer attention. Oh, so all right, let me read that sentence again. Kruger said a series of accidents in his Brooklyn district made him concerned about the number of pedestrians he saw paying closer attention to their devices than to what was in front of them. Yeah, but nothing happened to those people.
No. He just noticed.
He's been trying since 2007 to ban the use of distracting gadgets by pedestrians crossing streets in major New York cities with a population of 1 million or more. Violators, and this is what it's about right the fuck here, violators will face a $100 fine. This is about making more revenue.
It's
getting more money out of your fucking back pocket, because most of us could handle this. But then you put a police officer in a busy area, and he's writing $100 tickets all day long.
It's a gadget tax. Gadget tax.
Exactly, that's what it is.
Fucker.
Distracted pedestrians put others at risk when they don't react in a manner others would reasonably predict. Attorney Mark Harold told FoxNews.com.
You know, the drivers could help because I do every day. My fucking horn gets so much use at intersections driving to Manhattan. Bam! And people are just like, I got to get back on the sidewalk. Yeah, it says don't walk. Get out of the fucking road.
Arkansas Senator Jimmy Jeffress backed a similar proposal to Kruger's, one that would make it illegal for pedestrians and bikers to wear headphones near or on streets. Before retracting his plans Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he realizes that what a dopey thing to do. So, there you go. What do you think? There's no way this will pass, right?
No, that ain't getting anywhere. That don't have legs.
These stupid fucking politicians. The dumb broad in Jersey backed off her license plate thing for bikes.
Yep, she got off of that one.
She backed off quickly. She realized how stupid she looked. You can't make people get license plates for bicycles.
For a lot of money.
And the reason was because some old people get knocked over by bike people, I guess.
Yeah.
So now the old person who can't see anyway pops up and tries to read a tiny little license plate on the back of the bike. Yeah. That was her reasoning.
Meanwhile, the reasoning is, let's soak the bicyclist for some cash, too, like we do the drivers.
Yeah, it's always about trying to, protect the individual, but it has nothing to do with that, man. It just doesn't.
It comes down to money. Why wouldn't they do this, then? Why wouldn't they do this? Instead of fining somebody $100, they're walking across the street, they got their iPhone buds in their ears, and they get caught. How about you give them a ticket, and they have to appear at some kind of safety seminar? See, that helps the problem. Just giving them a $100 fine doesn't inform the person what they're doing wrong. And if you want to help the people, then educate them. Ooh, bullshit. Take their money.
When you get a speeding ticket, you don't slow down.
No.
You really don't.
You slow down while you pull away. Everyone drives the most legally when they're pulling away from just getting a ticket. That's the most legal. I actually put my hand out the window for an arm signal and fucking blinker. It's like my road test is going on again. 10 and 2, adjust the mirror. 35 miles an hour.
It's extremely nerve-wracking, though.
You drive so good right when you pull away from a cop.
The trooper's right behind you. Like, oh, fuck, I got to get back on the highway properly.
And I hate when they have to go the same way you're going for a while, and you're just like, let me pass him. Should I wave?
You think the trooper pulls over the same car within a mile?
It's probably happened.
It probably has happened?
Yeah, it's probably happened.
But don't they understand there's a major panic going on?
Yeah, don't you understand?
At that point?
I think every cop knows that the person that's driving after they got pulled over is freaking out with you behind them. I think they play that up, too, and have some fun. I would do a Super Trooper so bad, just turn the lights on, make them pull over again, pass them, reverse, turn the lights on again.
Yes.
You know how fast you were going?
Rich in Wisconsin, fuck that congressman. It's called thinning the herd. I'm all about thinning the herd.
Yeah.
We're going against nature. If you can't fucking cross the street and look at your phone at the same time, whatever happens to you happens.
We can't breed out the stupidity when they're being protected. Like, what do you think? A three-legged fucking hyena, baby? You think they protect that shit?
Hell no.
They eat it.
They leave it behind.
Eat the stupid.
They're not going to fucking wait for you.
Exactly. Had it.
Oh, boy. Let's go to Ron in South Carolina. Ron?
Yeah.
Welcome aboard, Ron.
All right, hold on a minute before we change subjects, because Steve in Alberta has got something. Steve?
Yeah, no, my name is Steve.
I don't give a
Whatever
fuck.
it is. How about guy with the computer up too loud? Or...
Yeah. Too loud. Well, yeah. Hold on, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh, really? We're the problem?
You're the asshole.
We're the problem? How are we the problem?
All right.
It's like we're in a cave.
That's a law in Alberta here. You can't
turn down your fucking radio.
Sorry, your radio's too loud.
Your radio's too loud.
Hold on, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, we're the problem.
What is it?
Yeah, we're the problem.
Yeah, we're the problem.
Jim
we're the
rules.
problem.
We're the problem.
Right now.
We're the problem.
We're the problem. There.
I like hearing myself.
How hard was that to do?
No, as a matter of fact, it was rather difficult. I'm not used to using that computer. Took me a couple seconds. Sorry about that.
Boy, this is it's Steve the angry Canadian.
Yes.
You don't remember Steve? He calls from time to time. Go ahead, Steve.
Okay, Steve, there we go. I'm saying that law
whatever
was
your name is. That's right, it's Steve.
January 1st this year.
Yeah.
For Canada?
No, for Alberta, for this province. I don't know fuck shit about Canada.
What's the fucking law?
Where's Alberta?
What's the law?
It's up there?
Right next to BC.
You're way up.
You've never heard of that?
No. That's I'm fine. What's the law, though?
That's it. The law that you can't drive with this shit. Oh, I thought I was waiting for a click there. Where you can't drive with any kind of cellular device. You can't fucking put on makeup.
Yeah, but they're talking about walking. Dude,
sorry,
Steve, they're talking about walking, see? We're talking about...
Yeah, I know, but why would anybody want to walk like that, though?
Oh, my God.
Walk right into you.
Do you see the Northern Lights?
Idiots to walk around attached to their fucking cell phone.
Steve, do you see the Northern Lights where you live? Steve?
I know,
Steve? Steve, do you see the Northern Lights where you live, Steve?
No.
No?
I'm not Edmonton. I'm only in Calgary. I'm not that far.
Oh, you're Calgary. Okay, that's South Alberta. Okay, I'm sorry. Who knew? I thought everyone in Canada saw the Northern Lights.
Why on earth would you be sorry?
I don't know.
No,
Wow, this guy's just bitter.
More to say. No, thanks, guys. Thanks for entertaining us.
All right. Steve is the angriest Canadian. Most Canadians are just like, hey, how you doing? They're all fun.
He calls from time to time. He stays up all night and then he
calls us. Angry.
If they passed a law because you're putting on makeup and stuff, when you're driving, I have no problem with that.
I've seen that.
Pull those fucking assholes over.
That's some fun shit to watch.
But leave me alone when I'm trying to cross the street and I'm fucking looking at my Twitter or something.
My biggest
I can handle it.
Problem still is, aside from cold tires on cold streets, is people that just won't get out of the way. Just get out of the fucking way. Oh God.
Let's say hi to Kevin in South Carolina. Kevin.
Yeah.
Kev.
Hey.
Hey, man, what's up? I was just going to tell you guys, I once got pulled over for minding my own business, riding a bike in Florida with headphones on. So there's a law in a place called Longboat Key, Florida, where you can't have headphones on and ride a bike.
And that's all about getting a little revenue for that area. It has nothing to do about you and your safety. Nothing. I'm
no, I was just minding my own business, and I literally got pulled over by a police car. So, anyways.
All right, man.
Have a good day, man.
You have a good day.
This guy's saying Arkansas, huh? Pete, Arkansas. What's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey man.
When you were talking about the New York guy, he's actually just still trying to get the texting and walking disbanded, even though he did away with the MP3 players and everything else. He's still trying to get that texting and walking stuff.
So you can't text and walk? They want to make a law down there, too?
Illegalized, yeah.
Stop trying to figure out how to get more money from us.
You're not allowed to wear headphones in a car here, but that's obvious because you can't hear horns.
Right.
What?
You're not supposed to wear headphones in a car when you're driving here.
Can't hear you.
Oh.
Headphones. Hell, down here you can pretty much be blindfolded and drive.
What's that? This guy, hey.
You're crazy. All right, so he's still trying to get the texting and walking thing passed.
Who is another guy?
No, the guy that was in the story that backed off on.
What a nudge this guy is.
A nudge. It's the way of the world, man. We're all on our phones. Sometimes you do bump into someone head first when you're walking on a sidewalk.
Exactly. Why does it have to be illegal? Who cares? Just bump into him and go, sorry.
Right.
You step in dog shit, too.
Right.
Voice kind of scared me a little bit. You come back from commercials, you played Van Halen, I thought you ran out of dump. Linger longer.
Wow, this guy's been around.
Steve, Orlando, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Hey.
I heard a news story here. They were talking about, I don't know what's going on up in Alberta, but I heard a news story here that this was a result of the girl taking a tumble into the fountain while she was on her fucking cell phone.
Yeah, we were just talking about that. I think it is.
It sort of is, because that was mentioned in the story. But she was just a dope. She was just a stupid dope, and we should all point and laugh. That's what humans do, is point and laugh when someone falls. Get over it. Why the fuck does she have a lawyer?
You're a viral video. Enjoy it.
Right.
Have fun.
They fired the security guards that released it.
They did. Well, I guess you're not supposed to do that, but...
I'm glad they did, though, for our enjoyment. Thank you.
I'm all for it.
True sense of humor. Jesus
Christ.
True fucking heroes, those guys are.
I saw her interview. She was fucking atrocious.
Was she?
Oh, dude. Crying. If it happened to you, you would... Shut up, bitch. It didn't.
And if it did, oh well. What are you going to do about it?
It's her fault. I bet nobody just was walking straight and walked into that fountain. Find me one person, unless they were blind.
And she's familiar with that mall, too. Very familiar.
She was texting away and looking at her phone and being a dummy and fell into a fountain. It's her fault. This is some of that litigation, that wasteful fucking bullshit that goes on. Oh, God, should sue her. Sue everyone. Fall in the fountain.
Word.
Oh, okay. We got a trooper or a police officer. You know how we were just talking about being pulled over and then it's nerve-wracking to pull away with the cop right behind you?
Yeah.
Matt's got a story. Hey, Matt.
Hey, what's up, boys?
Trooper, regular. What's your job there, brother?
City cop. I called one time right after I got tased. You guys remember that?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Oh.
And I told you I was going to come up there and tase Jimmy for you if you wanted me to.
They wouldn't allow it, but I was willing to get tased right on my cock.
Why would they allow it? It's part of training.
That's right. Hey, but pulling people over and then follow them after you pull them over is one of the main perks of this job.
I knew it.
It's hilarious. People signal for turns like quarter mile before they have to turn, and they make sure they look back and make sure you see them put their seatbelt on.
Yeah, you got to make sure. Look, I'm putting my seatbelt on.
Have you ever pulled over the same person within a mile?
No, I haven't.
I've been real tempted. You know, sometimes people will tell you.
You should do that and then walk up to their car and just go, just kidding.
I'm just fucking with you.
I'm just fucking with you.
I'm just fucking with you. I was going to see if you'd really pull over.
Right.
You've come close, though, huh?
Yeah, I mean, because people, you know, they're acting weird and they tell you make 3 left-hand turns and go back the same way. You're like, where the fuck are you going?
A little suspicious.
Yeah.
You ever shoot anyone?
I have not shot anyone yet.
Wow. One of these days, huh?
I shoot competition, so I'm itching, dude.
I'm itching.
So is Ant.
You know
Ant's
what?
definitely itching, too.
When you said there's a trooper on the phone, I thought it was going to be a chick who takes cum in the mouth and ass.
That is a trooper.
Not quite. I am no half gay.
No, of course not.
All right.
Thank you, sir.
Very good.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
Careful out there.
So we got that going on. We're trying to get the senator on the phone.
Senator!
To talk about that dumb law he's trying to pass.
Law.
Ridiculous. That one's just another ridiculous law.
It's actually called the dumb law.
Yeah.
Why they put that down on
what? Do we have other dumb laws they've passed recently? Is there any way to look that up?
Knee-jerk reaction laws. Because one person did something stupid and now they assume we all have to be saved by it.
A few times a year you'll get a news report where they'll say, well, this year alone we've passed 10,587 new laws. And you're like, holy shit, what are all those laws about?
Hey, what's this law I'm seeing? What's this law that I'm seeing up on all the fucking lit signs over the highways that says, new law here in New York, you have to pull over for stopped emergency vehicles. See, I don't understand this law.
What?
It's such a vague description
What does that mean?
of what this fucking law is supposed to be that even I read it and I go, all right, are you supposed to pull over for emergency vehicles coming by you? I know that. I do that. I pull over to the right and that's it. But you're supposed to, it says move over for stopped emergency vehicles. Now, does that mean if I'm in the right lane and they're stopped in the right lane, I got to move into the middle lane? Or like, what the fuck does that mean?
I don't know.
Pull over for moving emergency vehicles. Yeah, we've had to do that forever.
One.
That isn't a new law.
That makes sense. Yeah. Some of these laws do make sense.
Of course.
JD in New York City.
You got something?
Yeah. What's up?
It's to move over. Like if a cop stops somebody in the right lane or the shoulder, you should move over maybe to the middle lane. So you
what
don't,
if you can't
hit him?
What if there's somebody in the middle lane next to you?
You should probably drive on the shoulder or stop.
But logically, that's what people do anyway.
Yeah,
and then the cops they angle their car too to make sure they're a little more protected.
The law requires motorists to drive with caution when approaching an emergency vehicle that is parked on the side of the road with lights activated.
All right, here's what they don't want. They don't want you zipping past at fucking 60 miles an hour
and
in the right
a trooper
lane
on the hip
right when you're there. Okay,
this should only be done if another lane in the same direction is available and the move can be made safely without impeding other traffic.
No one can get a ticket for this. If you get a ticket for this, you're on an empty road doing 80 miles an hour next to a cop with his lights on in the right lane.
Correct.
Because there's a way out of this. Look, there was a car next to me. I couldn't get in safely. Dismissed. This is the dumb new law. I like the meaning is good. It's to protect the cops that are pulled over. But like I said many times, when I get pulled over, I will roll my window down and kind of wave at the cop. If it's going to take a while to pull over, I'll put my blinker on and I'll wave to him like I see you and I'm pulling over. I'll slow down and pull off of a highway, pull into a parking lot, under a light if it's nighttime. I always make sure I'm in a very safe spot for everyone involved. I'm not trying to run, but, because you see some people pull over. When they get pulled over in the HOV lane and they stop in the HOV lane, I want to kill them. It's like, look, you see him there. He's not going to put his lights on and start shooting out your tires. Wait till you can pull out of the HOV lane all the way to the right, use your blinker and your mirrors. Might take a little while, but I think the officer will understand that he's not standing in the HO-fucking-V lane, and it makes it a lot safer.
I drive faster when the fuzz puts their lights on.
Man!
You ain't stopping me, fuzz.
We go to Robert in Kansas. Robert.
Anthony, you're a tool. No wonder you wrapped up your Mustang.
Uh-oh, what happened?
Yeah, it's a simple law. Slow down if you can't move over, and if you can move over, put your blinker on, move over a lane.
and proceed about your business.
It's not simple.
Putting your foot in the gas on a car, you can't.
It's not simple the way they have it written on these fucking lit up signs over the highway. It's not. I wanted some clarity on this issue.
He hung up. Also announced today they're trying to get that law passed with the $10 if you enter Lower Manhattan.
Oh, they want to do that now? Mm-hmm. He tried to do that a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that didn't work. Bloomberg.
So you already pay in most cases to get to Manhattan through fucking the bridges and tunnels, and then if you go to Lower Manhattan, it's going to cost you another $10. They're not talking about a bridge or something. They're talking about you're on Manhattan Island, going downtown, and then you got to pay another $10.
Right.
Holy shit.
That's crazy.
We've given you guys enough money. Figure out where the fuck it's going. Stop already.
Bloomberg is a rich, elitist douchebag.
Enough already.
He really is an elitist baby boy.
He has no clue what's going on.
Figure out where the money's going. You don't need more. Jeez. People can't afford this shit, asshole. Go to dumblaws.com for really dumb, stupid laws. This could be good.
Dude, it's illegal to fuck in the ass or have oral sex in some places.
What?
Those sodomy laws.
Where is that?
Well, a lot of places.
I don't like the sound of that.
Those are the old laws. I want some of the new laws where they really, really fucking
just soak you.
Are just trying to soak us. Yeah, because we know the New York a little bit.
Yeah, dummy. Fucking shit.
Okay.
Women may go topless in public, providing it is not being used as a business. How about that?
Mm-hmm.
It is illegal for a woman to be on the street wearing body-hugging clothing? That can't be true. But what does that mean? She could bring her tits out, but she can't wear body-hugging clothing?
What does that mean?
Like, I don't know.
The smoking thing, 100 feet from an entrance to the public building.
Oh, that's silly. Citizens may not greet each other by putting one's thumb in the nose and wiggling the fingers. Stop it. What fucking dumb sight is this?
No, it's probably true. That's probably from like the 1800s. And
no wiggling of the fingers.
Well, how about a fine of $25 can be levied for flirting?
Flirting.
No. I don't feel like doing Morning Zoo Radio. I bail on that site. Stupid shit. Dumb fucking stupid shit.
That is dumb. Stop it.
We got Big A to do some news.
Big A is
We got
here?
Tom Papa coming in at 8 o'clock.
Ooh.
Big A looks like Chaz Bono now.
Really?
He lost weight, yeah.
Chaz Bono.
Chaz Bono wants to look like
Michael Chiklis.
Yeah, Michael Chiklis.
Michael Chiklis, good choice.
And she had her boobies removed.
Maybe Chaz Bono's problem was that her mom is so hot and such a sex symbol that she wasn't getting to live up to that, so she was depressed.
So fuck it.
Yeah, because she was just a big fatso.
Could be. I think there was a lot of shit going on there in order to make you cut your tits off and fucking wish you had a dick and look like Michael Chiklis.
I know.
That's a little more than your mom was hot.
You're right.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there.
Yeah, some fucked up shit going on.
Of all the men, she wants to look like Michael Chiklis.
Michael Chiklis.
Cher's got some fucked up DNA because her son with Greg Allman is a little bit on the weird,
off,
a little weird too. Elijah, look up Elijah.
Is he the gay?
I mean, it's more than.
It's more
than that.
Yeah,
if you're gay, you're gay, whatever. But I mean, I think he was a tranny or something.
Oh,
he was like all in. He had something going on. Look him up on the wiki. The wiki. Where's Big A to do some news? And then Jerry Springer coming in at 9, and then Olivia Munn in studio at 9:40. That is a big fucking booking right there.
Olivia Munn.
Everyone's talking about Olivia Munn. She's in Maxim.
Yeah.
And the cover got banned in a lot of places,
oh,
right?
She's quite the dish.
That was because of her
crotch shot.
Yeah.
Did you see what they did to subscribers? Ooh, people that subscribe to Maxim?
They fucked them.
They took the label with the address and put it right over her crotch.
Not on purpose. That's just
you don't think?
That's where the label goes.
I bet they did that to keep the controversy down.
That's where the label goes.
Yeah,
pissing off everybody. It's like, why would you do that?
Why does the label go on the best spot?
Because they're not gonna like redo the labeling machines.
I bet you could turn a screw and put it one place or the other, up, down. I bet you could adjust that pretty easy.
Then they should have. I think that's where the label goes every time, which pissed off everybody. Because then you pull that thing off and you can't see the crotch. because it takes half the cover off with it, right?
Yeah, you can't do that. It just then you get that big rip in there, and you're like, no.
Wow, Big A really did lose. Oh, that's Travis.
Oh, jeez. Big A is walking down the hallway.
Holy shit, Big A did lose some weight,
He did lose some weight. Like I said, he was over the house for the Jet game, and we were eating some pizza, and he had his little salad with his little low-fat dressing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's trying to lose some weight.
He definitely looks a lot better.
Yeah.
He lost a good amount of weight.
Let's slow down. He's doing okay.
Keep it going.
He lost like 50 pounds, right?
There he goes.
What's up, Big A?
Hi.
Hey, Big A.
I have to call you Little A.
Yeah, Big A's losing some weight.
Damn, brother. You look a little healthier.
Much healthier.
How many pounds you lose?
About 55 pounds.
55 pounds.
Yes.
And the doctors want you to lose how much?
830. I'm teasing, of course.
Close.
Do you have more energy? Do you feel better?
Oh, yes.
You do feel better?
More energy, yeah.
Yeah? More energy to eat. I'm kidding, of course.
And you're used to the food now, right?
Oh, yeah.
No, you're not. No one is.
No, he could take temptation, though. We were eating pizza, and he got his little salad.
I had salad with chicken.
But
and
you wanted
pasta, and I had no pizza, no cakes.
But you wanted the pizza and cake.
No.
Well, who doesn't?
You don't?
He's had enough pizza.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Really?
No.
Oh, God bless you.
You've eaten enough pizza and cake in your life.
E-Rock, do you want pizza and cake?
Who doesn't?
No, he wants cake on pizza. Pizza cake.
New pizza cake at Domino's.
Who doesn't?
With garlic butter saw.
Right. Who doesn't? Well, good for you, Big A.
Hey, Big A.
What else is going on with you?
Yeah, what are you doing? Working?
Nothing much. Yeah, just working a little bit.
Oh, thrilling. All right. And what is Big A here for today?
He's going to do some news.
Oh, he's going to do some news.
You know, there's a lot of stuff that we don't get to on a daily basis.
That is true.
We'd like to. You want to do a couple news stories for us, Big A?
All right.
We love when you do the news.
Oh, Big A with the news. Hold on to your hats.
Do we have any music or anything? Do we have
there it is.
There, yeah, we have
we
that
got the
least.
ticker.
We have that.
The 10-10 wins ticker.
Now, this is 3 very quick stories, so this should take 2 minutes.
Nothing.
All right, Big A. Big A with the news, everyone.
Good morning. My name is Big A, and I'm here to start your day with some stories. President Obama delivered the annual State of the Union address last night. The president started his State of the Union by walking in to a standing ovation. He then proceeded to stand at the podium for an hour and took a stab at topics such as healthcare and stated he would try to stabilize the economy. After his speech, he stopped to sign autographs for many of the lucky yes, whose around.
All right.
One down, 2 to go.
President Obama's State of the Union address news. Wow.
These have to be written differently.
All right. Next Ori.
2 to go. Big A. Soon to be medium A.
Yep. The Pittsburgh the Pittsburgh Steelers defeated the New York Jets to stage the 8th Super Bowl appearance.
Oh, boy.
Wow.
Get ready for a triple.
The Steelers staff stomped all over their rivals in the second half and stood their ground against a late game Jets comeback. The final score was 24-19, and the clock stopped. They and face the Packers on February 6th at the Cowboys Stadium.
Ooh, yeah, that's sports news. A little sports news. We got president, sports news. Now let's go into a little business news.
Okay.
Jesus, you guys are bad.
Our Apple CEO Steve Jobs announced he will be staying home from work indefinitely earlier this month, running Wall Street and the public alike. Apple's stock took a slight hit after the statement was released, but many believe the company will weather the storm. While he failed to state exactly what is wrong, it is understood to be more than a stomach ache and stuffy nose. I hope it is not a kidney stone.
Why would
Thanks for listening. If I was hard to understand, it is it is understood.
A big A!
A big A with the news of the day.
And you just lost another 5 pounds. Congratulations.
Yeah. Wow.
Zowie. Wow. People want you to read lines from the King's Speech.
There you go.
Can we do the King's Speech with Big A? When the King starts speaking properly.
Yeah,
we're
kind of doing that.
Kind of working on that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Kind
For the Oscars?
Yeah.
All right. That's why Big A is here. Big A's here for another project, but we figured if he's here, he should do a quick little newscast for us. All right, Big A.
Big A. Good job.
Very good job.
Thanks a lot.
Tom Papa's here. All right, we'll take a break. We'll get Tom Papa on the radio next. A little later, Jerry Springer and Olivia Munn. Very busy day.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Outrageous, borderline illegal audio entertainment. The Virus. Sirius XM. The Virus. Sirius XM. You're listening to Opie and Anthony.
Got Tom Papa coming into the studio. Really fast, Kyle in Canada. Kyle?
Yeah, how you doing? I was giving a call regarding Big A and his news. Every time he's on, I love his bits when he's on there, and boy, do I feel like a dirtbag for laughing every time.
Yeah,
well,
we do
you
too.
Are. We made it kind of quick today. You know, it's a quick hit. Big A's here to do something else for the Oscars, so we figured, what the hell, have him do 3 quick news stories for everybody. So uncomfortable.
No, you were very good, though, in your selection. You know, the Steelers, Steve Jobs. I mean, this was smart.
Kidney stone, you know.
State of the Union.
Stuffy nose.
Yeah. Lucky Stiffs.
Lucky Stiffs. Why would
I
you put that
personally
in
thought that it was sweet.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, Kyle. I'm glad you enjoyed that. We got to say hi to Tom Papa.
Hi, Tom.
Who has just entered the studio.
How are you, sir?
What's going on, Tom?
Doing good?
It's been a while.
Yeah, it has been.
How's your life?
You've been a busy guy.
How's your life? As you travel around, we're here every day doing the same old shit.
In the same damn room.
Punch in, punch out.
Every day.
This is Groundhog Day for us, man. It's the same shit every day.
I remember when I did...
Some of the faces changed a little bit, but...
I did Conan when he was here in New York.
Yeah.
And... I was like, hey, well, thanks for having me on the show. And he's walking around with his guitar. And he's after the show, and he said, yeah, this is a big deal for you, right? Like, you get to come in, and it's a big day, and now I'm going to go do Conan. He goes, and he starts, like, doing, like, ding, 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 and he just does this kind of manic thing on his guitar. He's like, yeah, go ahead. Come here, do your show, then go out about your life, do shows, travel around the country, see your family. I'm here every day in the same 4 walls, every day.
For him, it's just, I'm doing Conan tonight. I am Conan, so I do Conan every night.
Exactly right.
He doesn't have to worry about being on the same 4 walls anymore.
Yeah, sure.
Moved a couple of times.
Yeah, your wish is my command. I'll move you everywhere.
I would love a change of scenery. That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, you should change things up in here once in a while.
Oh, really?
We
like to have
a little
this piece of shit
We
studio.
don't do it ourselves. We wait for decay to change things around us because they don't fix anything or do anything. So slowly things fall off the wall, and it just gives a different environment.
Yeah.
This is like that show on Discovery where they show what would happen if humans left the planet and how buildings would fall down. I think that's what they're trying with our studio.
We're doing that in real time.
Yeah.
Anthony makes a great point. There was something hanging behind him, and that's gone.
Yeah.
And then you see a little hoarding thing happening in that corner.
In the corner,
we're watching that area grow out of control.
Yeah, soon there'll be a little mold man back there.
Oh, yeah.
And
the
black
equipment
mold
itself.
coming out of these things. So
This is like being in a womb after a hysterectomy. If that's where they're done. I don't even know where those are performed.
In a womb.
Is it? Okay.
Hey, we got to get the word out. The Big Time Comedy Show benefit for Greg Giraldo's family. Wow.
Yeah.
February 9th, 8 p.m. at the Beacon Theater. You got Tom Papa, Jim Norton, Dave Attell, Louis Black, Judy Gold, Ted Alexandro, Jesse Joyce, Colin Quinn, and Jerry Seinfeld.
All in one show.
All coming together for a great cause.
Yeah.
Ticketmaster.com for tickets.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, we just released a bunch of more tickets. And,
It's got to be sold out.
It was, and then but we just released some more tickets because we were going to film, and then we decided not to. So we have these seats that were blocked out for the cameras,
so they could.
So we got like 200 seats left. So we want to.
So
sell
if you
them.
buy a ticket now, that's where a camera was going to be. That's kind of special.
Probably
No,
good
they're
seat.
good. They're good seats.
Yeah,
for sure.
You got to think they're good seats.
Yeah.
February 9th is how long from now?
It's 3 weeks.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was closer. Okay.
Oh, silly.
You crazy nut.
No, because my girlfriend keeps wanting me to fuck her. I'm like, after the benefit. I didn't realize it was that far away.
Not that it matters, but I think it's 2 weeks at this point.
Is it 2?
Yeah, I think so, right?
What's today's date?
I think we're up to 26.
2 weeks.
Yeah,
2 weeks from tonight.
Wow,
Great.
2 weeks.
Close enough to, let's see, February 1st, I think. I got to pay my property taxes. You know, that's not the federal and state I just paid.
Oh, my God,
my
it
property.
never
And then the
stops.
school tax. Then I got to pay that. And then it should be time again for my federal and state tax. But I'm not paying enough, apparently. Listen, last night to State of the Union. I'm not paying enough taxes.
Yeah, well, you know, anybody that's making anything should give it to the rest of us.
You're penalized for achieving the American dream. It's a fantastic system.
It is brutal.
You
It really is brutal.
Oh, I hate it.
I want to keep my money.
I know. I'd like to hold on to a little of it. You know, at some point, I'm not going to be able to fucking work.
Yeah.
And I'm just going to be hanging out going like, oh, is the next guy that did well in his life going to support me?
Right.
Or what the fuck? I'd rather just make my money, hold on to it, and then I'll use it to support myself when I get older so the government won't have to fucking take care of me.
That's the plan.
Yeah, well,
but
no,
instead,
the plan is...
they want everybody to have polyester pants and eating out of tuna cans.
Yeah,
as an old person.
It. Because we have to take care of the people coming up, as they say.
Just like hanging out, doing nothing.
Doing nothing
like,
for some reason.
Well, let me bust ass and get up at 4 o'clock in the morning every day so you can be okay.
There seems to be this thought that the Constitution has a right to prosperity. It's the right to achieve it and stuff, but there's no right to actually be wealthy, to have things.
No.
Some people will have, some people will not have certain things. You hope that the country offers you enough opportunity to get things.
Yeah.
And if it does, then you'll live in the dream that people love and this country's all about. But if you did achieve it, you're the villain now. You looked at like
evil.
Ew, that 2%.
Did you see?
Yeah, that support the rest of the country.
Did you see how they went crazy over the guys making $150,000 building the towers?
Yeah.
Building down at Ground Zero. The guys that are doing this major construction, this incredibly hard job that nobody could do. And they're like, can you believe the outrage that these people are making $170,000? Yeah. Because the guy's worked his ass off. He's got skills.
They're probably crane operators.
And nobody else could build that.
Skills, danger. It's like the modern day pyramids. Right. It's like you're building the modern day pyramids, and people are pissed that they're making money.
They're making any money for it. Are you what? So should we give it to anybody? Just anyone?
Anyone.
Wait, did the media not get paid when they were covering Ground Zero or September 11th? I wonder if they all did it for free.
Playing it on a loop. They kept us tuned in for a year and a half.
I guess they didn't get paid for those broadcasts. I guess that they went down there for free on their own time off.
They did. It was
those
very
assholes.
nice. Very nice of them.
It's like I say, if they can't afford bread, let them eat Mrs. Fields cookies. Updated.
Oh, that's a good one. I always like when you throw a new wrinkle in an oldie.
And once again, the open door on the train. This is what the news is talking about today, Tom Papa.
What is it?
There to be any panic on the train, but the train is pretty crowded. It's standing room only, and riders told us they had nowhere else to go. Union representatives said that there was a malfunction with a frozen circuit, and
Unless
that's why
that
the door
guy is
never...
pushing people out that door, I don't want to see it.
They're hyping this story like everyone was in danger. Look at the guy. He's right next to it. He's taking a phone call. He don't give a fuck.
It's half a door too that's open.
He doesn't care.
Half a door is open.
There's not even a look of.
That's very, very scary and
it's
crazy.
Not scary.
I always get this every once in a while.
But
you would think with technology developed.
He looks like the psychologist from fucking Celebrity Rehab.
And these cars are made, I think they're made in Japan, a lot of these.
I wear a safari hat in Chicago. I wear a safari hat. It's scaring me.
Yeah, what's he doing wearing that?
It happens very rarely, according to...
Yeah,
it's not news.
Not accordingly. It
that
happens
door
very
did
rarely.
close on its own
And
with
then
a
they
little
showed
push
him
from the
close
passenger.
it.
Metro Transit says they're very disturbed by the happening as
Let me
well.
tell you
They've taken
how we
that
used to
40-year-old
smoke pot
car out of service. They're
on
now
the Long Island
inspecting...
Railroad between the cars. And this was before the between cars were closed. Like they were just clipped together with the little chink chink.
Right.
The chunk chunk.
It was like a Western.
Yeah, it was like a Western. We were jumping on top of the train, and we'd go out between the two cars
and just balance yourself
and smoke. Wait, where there was a platform across.
Right.
And they fully expected you to walk, and there was like this accordion kind of old school elevator door shutting thing, and that was on either side. But you were out. And you were out in the elements, and we used to stand there and smoke weed, and then go back inside. But now half a door is open, and they're freaking.
The title of the news story is "A Door Was Ajar Today." That's the fucking.
A door was ajar today.
I can see if it was on a plane.
We felt air from the outside. We smelled fresh air. It was terrible.
Oh, it was horrible.
And they just keep showing the video where no one gives a fuck.
Nothing
They're still
happening.
trying to make it into something. it.
They're literally hanging out
You're
of it.
caught. No one cared.
Yeah.
Stop already.
And they're interviewing people on the street, showing them the video. I know at least one person said, "Are you fucking kidding? This is not interesting."
Yeah, but they certainly didn't put that on the news.
Did you see that
Why
YouTube?
would you?
Did you see that YouTube the other day of the guy laying on the tracks?
Oh, God, yeah, he filmed himself getting run over by a train.
I thought that was fake.
No, it's
No,
not
that was
fake.
real.
Oh,
Yeah.
really? You think it was fake?
Why?
No, you could do that.
I think you probably just
you gotta
measured-
find a spot where you can
Lay
easily
low.
do that. I mean, you gotta have balls to do it, but
What, you think it's fake yet?
If it's
I don't-
the
I
one
don't-
I saw.
I don't
Where he
think it's
lays
fake.
down and the train
He
is
lays-
coming and the camera's going?
Yeah, it's facing him.
I don't
Danny?
think that was fake at all.
Fake? I don't know which one. Okay, I'll take a look.
We've got a scoop for you.
No, I don't think it was fake.
I can't believe it's snowing again. Every time I fly, it snows.
Where are you flying to?
Raleigh, North Carolina.
Oh, good. You have a little plane. That's good. What are you on? What airline? You going Continental?
No, I think it's American.
Okay, maybe you're on an Embraer.
No, it's a bigger plane.
Is it?
Yeah.
What are you doing in Raleigh? Good nights?
Charlie
That
Goodnight.
club is great.
You like it?
Yeah, I did it recently. It's fucking fantastic.
Really?
Yeah.
It's my first time. I've never been there.
I was I made him go. I'm only going to go to markets I haven't been to for a year. Like there's a couple
that's good.
of switchovers like AC and whatever.
Right.
But I wanted to do a bunch of markets I haven't done. And
Shreveport.
North Carolina ruled.
Really?
Unbelievable. Good nights.
Awesome.
You can have a good time.
Yeah,
Tom.
you'll
That's
sell
good.
out
If
there.
I don't get
Hey.
if I don't get
you,
snowed in.
Are you marriage reffing too still?
I just wrapped.
You just wrapped another
I
season.
just wrapped another season. We start airing in May
Fuck, how cool is that?
with either America's Got Talent or The Fat Show. We're waiting.
The Fat Show.
It's such a strange thing. Like I was thinking the other day, this is what happens to your life. It's like I just want to be on TV, and you get something, and then things. You're like, well, if we're with America, if America's Got Talent or The Biggest Loser, and it's like, why should those shows matter to my life? But they're really important.
Yeah,
now.
Which one would you rather have?
Right, exactly. I don't know. America's Got Talent.
That's bigger, right?
Yeah, America's Got Talent.
Yeah, they give really
obviously.
good numbers.
What
and
kind of celebrities you got this coming season?
Bill Maher,
Ugh.
Tracy
Bill
Morgan,
Maher.
Mary J. Blige, Julianne Moore, Ricky Gervais. Some good ones.
How was Tracy?
Hilarious.
Of course he was.
He just sits there and just throws comedy Molotov cocktails. Just unrelated. Just starts just yell shit out.
He says whatever he wants.
Whatever he wants.
Did he talk about Planet of the Apes?
He didn't.
Oh, gosh.
He went on a Mandingo run.
Oh, really?
Yeah, which we had to edit
He
back a
will
little
talk
bit.
about Planet of the Apes for an hour. Just make it fucking the funniest shit you've ever heard.
He did a run on Josie Wales.
Josie Wales?
There was some guy that was dressed like a Revolutionary War guy. And he's like, he's up there dressed like Josie Wales.
The outlaw Josie Wales.
Like he's not. He's a red coat.
Yeah, well,
Josie Wales.
Josie
No,
Wales
the
in
red
coat.
Joey. Exactly.
Josie Wales.
That was Josie Wales.
What a great reference.
I know. And it didn't relate at all. The guy who spits. Josie Wales? And he says everything 3 times. Like, Josie Wales?
Yeah, I think the guy that was chasing him was Redlegs. So then he probably got a coat with red coats. And yeah, whatever his mind does.
Yeah, try and piece that together.
That's what he
weird
does.
roadmap.
How was Gervais? He was great, right?
Gervais was great.
Yeah.
He just starts, whatever he's on, he just starts drinking at the beginning of it. By the end, he's hammered.
That's fantastic.
Like the first act, he was like, oh, he's pretty funny. By the end, he was hilarious. And on
And
this
drunk.
third thing of
I
beer.
did not know he was a drinker.
Oh,
yeah, he
Oh,
is.
big time.
Ricky?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Even in his specials, he always has the big pint with him.
Oh, you're right.
He
You know
drinks
what?
pints on stage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I saw him, he was just pounding pints.
Pounds.
In the Golden Globes, he popped one up right there on the podium.
Yeah, even at the Golden Globes, you could hear by the end he's like very breathy, you know.
Yeah. Drinking.
This is how
And
funny
next up-
how smart he is. Like I saw him at at the Garden, like 5,000 seat venue, whatever that is, the
Yeah.
Paramount.
Yeah.
And he has this. He comes out and it says Ricky, and he's dressed like a king. It's really funny. But he has this podium where he keeps his pint, but you can't see the back of it. And I'm like, that genius. He probably has notes back there.
Yeah.
Because you can't see it. I was like,
wow,
what a
yeah.
smart fucking guy.
Yeah.
I'm so dumb trying to fucking have Kenny light his stupid face at 30 so I know what I'm doing in an hour.
Is that what you do?
Is that what you do?
Dude, I tie myself the same way fucking medieval comedians would have. Have a moron light himself.
A torch. He's waving a medieval torch.
Don't you get that panic like when you don't, where is he? Where am I? How much time do I have left?
The worst is when you think, like, I've been up here for a long time. I'm running out of material. And then he lights his face. I'm like, oh, my God, I'm only at 30.
Hour, I know.
What's worse is when the audience goes, wow, he's been up there a long time.
And you're at 10 minutes.
Just do what Patrice does and don't leave no matter what they do.
Right, just sit there.
The lights flashing on him.
Don't move at all.
No, he won't leave.
He lights his face. That's hilarious.
Yeah, he does. He'll stand because I don't like when they flashlight at you because it's distracting for the audience.
Right.
But he just lights that fucking Boris Karloff face in the back with a flashlight, and I have to nod.
Spooky.
The audience gets up with pitchforks and torches and chases
And
him.
you have to nod that you saw it?
Yeah, because obviously, otherwise, I've looked over 5 minutes later and he's still lit. It's like, I got it, you fucking Halloween decoration.
He's on fire.
Yeah, actually light your head on fire next time, dummy.
Yeah, can he do it?
Well, his hair's dry enough to do that, so. Fucking hay hair.
Hey, head.
Put a stick in your ass and somersault through the room quickly. That's how I'll know I'm at 30. Creep.
Just start attacking a woman when I hear her scream.
Yes, bludgeon her with a chair. I'm happy Colin's on this gig. I actually haven't seen Colin in a while since
I know.
the premiere.
Who has?
He's in the
Broadway
basement of the
thing.
Helen Hayes Theater
That's
every
it.
night.
Is he
He's
still going?
a big star.
Yeah, he goes till March.
They extended
6th.
it to
They
March.
extended another 2 months.
Yeah.
You think he's sick of it by now?
Yeah.
We've talked to some
He's
of these
gotta
Broadway
be.
guys, and it's the same shit.
Every
at least
day.
we talk about different stuff every day. He's not talking about different stuff every day.
And he's alone.
And he's
just
alone.
sitting there by himself.
He got extended too?
Yeah.
Another 2
Till
months.
March? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Another 2
he's a success. He's a Broadway hit.
That's great.
And
Look,
then,
I'm a big success.
and then eventually they're going to move him to other cities and possibly across the pond.
They're going to shoot it for HBO,
Jesus.
and they're
Good for him.
going to hold on to that while he goes on tour with it, and then once he's done with the tour, release it on HBO.
Wow.
Good for fucking Colin.
And then he'll do his next one.
Enough with Colin. He's gotten every break. It's rare that I'm literally that happy for somebody. It's like of all the comics, like we always kind of have like we're happy for each other, but we're not. But with Colin, I think every comic is happy for, like when he gets something good because it's like he deserves
Everyone knows
it.
how good he
'cause
is.
he's so old now.
Yeah, and he's so old he can't do it for that long. You've still got time to pass him by.
Here's my dream.
Exactly.
Here's my dream that Colin shoots the special. It's nominated for an Emmy, and the night before the Emmys, he drops dead in his hotel room with a fucking tranny and a crack pipe.
Long story short.
And he gets it posthumously.
Oh, God.
He's found with his finger in his face.
Oh, geez.
Oh, would that give me pleasure amid scandalous stories coming out?
Oh, of course. Finally successful, and he doesn't get to enjoy it.
And all the Broadway stars come to his funeral.
Yeah, they dim the lights.
Yeah,
on
they dim
Broadway.
the lights on
That would be
Broadway.
something.
for Colin.
Al Pacino.
In front of the Helen Hayes Theater.
I know.
They're just not the whole. We can't dim the whole street. It's just Colin. Just dim one at the fucking pizza place.
Just think about what Al Pacino's show is right across the street from it.
King Lear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He comes in and has to see Colin Quinn. What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
Long story short. Short, is that a jab at me?
Who is this guy?
That does suck for. It's great for Colin. It sucks for Pacino.
That's right. Every day Colin walks in. Yep, me and Pacino.
Yeah, as Pacino, you got to kind of want to think, hey, I've achieved something. I'm doing King Lear on Broadway.
Right.
And then he looks and goes, oh, look who else they give a show to. Colin Quinn.
Right. Who is this asshole? If you worked a day in your life.
One of his best performances, right?
Glenn Ross.
I saw that on Broadway, actually, with Alan Alda. And I actually preferred Lemon's performance. He was in it. Liev Schreiber, fucking Jeffrey Tambor, I think, was in it.
It's a weird cast.
One of the Dukes of Hazzard, not
Tom Wopat.
Tom Wopat was in it.
The other guy.
Yeah, Tom Wopat was in
Tom
it.
Wopat.
Oh my lord!
It was good though. It was really good on Broadway.
They didn't have Roscoe in there too.
Yeah. He's done a lot of Broadway, that guy, right?
Yeah.
Tom
Wow.
Wopat.
Yeah, he's a Broadway guy.
He's
now.
like a revival guy. He does all those revival, like Annie Get Your Gun.
Yeah,
and-
he's
He's always doing a Western dance with a bunch of gay cowboys behind him.
That's right.
Starring Tom Wopat and Bernadette Peters.
It's got to be some dressing room.
The New York Times calls it the #1 revival of the year. It's Oklahoma.
Now starring Colin Quinn.
Oklahoma. Where the wind comes, I don't know, something.
He's like one of those guys from South Philly.
When you're a jet all the way. I guess so.
I guess so if you're Dominican. I don't know what the hell.
Like a bunch of Puerto Ricans are going to dance and not stab you. Colin Quinn in West Side Story.
When you're a jet, I guess.
I guess you're a jet all the way. And white guy and white girl with a Puerto Rican, of course, has problems.
Right? God forbid we show who's really the problem.
Maria. Maria.
Where fucking Maria? How come Maria had to come?
Why don't both gangs go a little further uptown and they both get their asses kicked? You know what I mean? 125th Street.
She had to flirt with everybody. Maria. Get over here, Maria.
Rejection is not the problem.
Forward fighting is
they're not the problem. Shit. Oh, he is a shithead.
I love how we started off with, that's the one guy I'm really happy for.
Yeah, now we're trying to mail cancer to him. Colin's a bum.
Oh, shit, that's funny. What do you guys do to a guy you hate, man? That's what I want to know.
Being attacked by Tom Walcott.
Tom Wopat.
Oh, God.
Wow. He's the other guy from Wham as far as Dukes of Hazzard went. Tom Wopat.
Yeah.
Yeah, the second guy that no one remembers.
The other guy's not working, though, right?
He's the DJ Jazzy Jeff.
Who's the other guy?
Is the other guy working, though?
Who?
What's his name?
George Michael?
No.
The other guy from
Dukes of Hazzard.
Is he working?
Schneider.
But he doesn't work.
He did.
He's on tour with the guy from Bosom Buddies.
He was on Smallville for a while.
That's right.
He gets like some TV work and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
But, the guy from Bosom. They're on the Let's Hang Ourselves This Year tour.
The guy from Bosom Buddies.
What did he do to Tom Hanks? Did Tom Hanks, would he like put like fucking, boy, this better be funny. I wouldn't hold your breath though, folks.
Oh, no. All right, let it rip.
I'm just saying for Hanks to have gone on to such an Oscar-winning career, and him. I saw him in a Starbucks on 72nd Street.
Really, Bosom Buddies.
Yeah,
the other guy. Yeah.
Is he doing Broadway? Has he done anything?
Was he making lattes?
No, but he should have been. He was fucking. Oof. Oh, that poor bastard.
You could have watched that show back then and just been like, these guys will just go nowhere.
Yeah, too horrible.
And Tom Hanks ends up,
one and done, right?
The fucking huge star that he is.
You ever see him in Taxi? Tom Hanks' his episode of Taxi? When it's a very funny flashback episode where Jim shows you when he was in Harvard University and how he first tried drugs, and Tom Hanks was one of the guys at the parties.
Oh, and he was the very studious.
But Hanks was it was like all high at the party. He was actually very funny.
Yeah. He took one hit of a joint and made
the face came
up. Yeah,
because he's like, Heather, drugs are very addicting. Some people get it. Who knows? I could be one of those people. It was really fucking funny. God, Taxi was a great show, man.
Oh, it was great.
Tom Hanks was also on an episode of which one was that?
Family Ties.
Family Ties, and he played the drunk.
The drunk uncle. Yeah.
He played the drunk uncle.
I don't remember.
He had an alcohol problem. He was always the fun guy, and then they realized he's got a problem. That's what a very special episode when they decided sitcoms needed to tell a message.
But it's pretty amazing that you remember him in all these just one-offs on these shows. There's definitely a reason that guy is what he is. You know what I mean?
You watch it in movies now, Apollo 13 and shit like that. Not even now, years ago, but Philadelphia. It's like, wow, he's a real actor.
Yeah,
right. Look at that.
Yeah, exactly.
And he started off doing
and the poor Bosom Buddy
shit.
guy, because it's like he's got to watch him just succeed every year, get bigger
more and more.
bigger.
Just holding an Oscar, and you were there going, I remember we used to come in and go, hey, we got this show. This is so cool. Yeah, me and you, man, me and you. And then, what happened?
It must be so uncomfortable for Tom when he sees him.
Right.
Like, hey.
Hey, what's going on with you?
Knowing he could help him out, and he never did. Never said, hey, can you help out Peter?
Yeah.
I think his name's Peter, right?
Can't you throw him
Scolari or something like that? Peter Scolari?
Peter Scolari or something.
Can't you have him get shot in Private Ryan or something?
Someone in the background getting his head vaporized.
Could it be an extra at least?
Well,
a dead body that I walk over?
It's not up to me.
The producers, you know. Yeah. I'm only a double Oscar winner. I have no pull.
I have no pull in this business.
Stop by the council sometime. What are you doing?
What about Apollo 13? Aren't you producing that? Yeah, but producing, it's really just a title.
Not casting. The casting people.
Yeah.
You know, once you get this far, it's out of your hands, man.
Remember when our bras got mixed up that time? That was fun. I gotta go.
You think security stops him as he's trying to get on set and stuff? I just want to say hi to Tom. You know, he says he's practicing for his scene right now.
So, did you hear about Wendy Jo Sperber's tits? I mean, come on. Oh, God. I'm just saying things they'd say to each other.
You think he's got a clip of the show on his iPhone, and he plays it to the security people when he's trying to see Tom Hanks? Look, we were in a show together.
They just get sad for him.
We see that every day. We see that every day. You got iMovie too. Good for you.
Yeah. Show the clip of you accepting an Oscar. Oh, don't have one, do you? Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Show us something from the 90s. I don't have it.
You know when he sees Hanks, he just wants to go, look, help me! Help me! For Christ's sake, help me!
Don't even put me in anything. Just give me some money.
Just write a check right now.
Just give me a bag of money.
I don't care.
He looks at fucking Hanks the way Haiti looked at the U.S. after the quake. Help! It's anything!
In the credits of a movie, it's just check 1204 written to.
Right. We got an update on Peter Scolari from Kevin in Jersey. Kevin, go ahead. I hope this is true, by the way.
And
he's gone.
He hung up.
Well, supposedly he's doing a commercial on XM. Some kind of dick cream or dick hardening thing.
No way.
I don't know if it's true.
No way.
Come on. Can we try to find that?
I bet he's grabbed Tom Hanks' lapels at least once, but not angrily, just out of desperation. Like, yeah, it's all right. Tom's like, you doing some theater? He's like, yeah. Tom, times they're tough. He just grabs it. He says, Tom, I need work. Tom,
but he's
I'll
so short,
anything.
he's on his toes grabbing it.
I'll suck your dick, man.
Oh, God. This week in Branson, Missouri, Peter Scolari.
In Long Story Short.
Long story short. Colin franchise.
Colin decides to retire.
Yeah, Peter Scolari's taking it.
The other bosom buddy wasn't available.
Busy man.
I want the other fucking bosom buddy. I just want to slap Colin's face.
He can't even climb up the steps. He's so short.
Okay.
He's slappable.
We got more info coming in on
Peter
Peter Scolari.
Peter Scolari.
Let's say hi to this guy. What do you got, sir, on Peter Scolari?
I am Peter Scolari.
Right. Or is it Scolari? I don't know. What do you got?
Whatever. Yeah, what do you got?
Jesus Christ,
Sir?
dude.
Been running, sorry about that.
Sorry.
They've been running commercials on XM for the last 3 weeks with Peter Scolari plugging the Boston Medical Group to get your dick hard.
Really?
Wow.
Do we have that?
No.
Come on.
It can't
We're
be.
looking for it? Okay. Does he say, hi, I'm Peter Scolari?
Absolutely.
Not all of us can get a hard-on by thinking about when we used to work with Tom Hanks. Other people do this. That's terrible.
Have you met him?
I wonder what Tom Hanks is doing while he's doing those commercials.
Tom Hanks.
What do you think Tom Hanks is doing? Reading more fucking potential Oscar winners?
Oh, my Lord.
Scripts for an Oscar?
Didn't he just do a series?
I keep watching the Road to Perdition.
Yeah.
That's what you talking about, right?
Yeah, we were talking about it last night. It's so good.
I didn't see it.
There's Hanks in a hat with a gun. He's
very film noir looking.
It is. Yeah. It's like one of those that you keep watching and it just keeps getting better.
I think Tom Hanks movies are probably the most rewatchable movies. Yeah. Like I've probably seen Apollo 13 8,000 times and Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
You just watch these things over and over again.
And over.
And Peter Scolari is doing dick cream.
The Man with One Red Shoe. I mean, who can get enough?
Joe versus the Volcano. Money Pit. All Turner and Hooch. He did go through a phase where it could have gone either way.
Yeah.
He could have been one of those 80s stars that you went like, oh, remember him? He did that show, and then he was in some movies, and now he's doing a commentary on a VH1 clip show.
But the short guy's good in that Saving Private Ryan.
Peter Scolari, you see him? He was so fucking believable.
I want to hear this commercial
When
now.
Joe the Volcano came out, that Peter was just like, maybe this will do it.
Imagine that Peter Scolari's like, I'll see you on the beaches. All right, everybody. And there's fucking Tom Hanks. You could get a hard-on if you rub this cream on your dick. I
got to hear the commercial. Where is it?
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible.
You can't find it yet?
But how would he, like...
We'll wrap up this nice break.
But how would he promote himself as, like...
He just says, hi, I'm Peter Scolari.
Yeah, he'd have to say his name.
But with no credit, you think? With no credit?
And some people suffer from erectile dysfunction.
Yeah, he'll keep it
It's probably a class act.
Like my career.
Yeah. Some of your dicks might be just like my career.
Yes.
Droopy, soft, and useless.
Yes, I've been shoving Cialis into my agent's phone for 20 years.
Still can't get it up.
Why don't we just look him up? Danny, can you look up Peter Scolari?
He's been,
he's
been looking for the commercial.
Oh, okay. Is he doing any gigs or anything, though? Like, when does his IMBD...
IMBD. That's what he's on. IMBD.
That's his problem.
Oh, God. What's he done lately? Let's see. It's post-production, something in there. That.
Has he
One
really?
Summer, Suburban Girl.
He was Father McGarry in Cathedral Pines. We all remember that.
American Dad. He played himself as the limo driver.
He was a seminary teacher in Big Love.
Big Love, Big Love.
Oh.
Polar Express.
Polar Express. Hey, wait a minute. Now, Polar Express.
Hey, that was Hanks'
Tom
thing.
Hanks in it.
There we go. We
So
got a
he threw him
connection.
bone.
Oh, and he played the lonely boy, which is a pretty big role.
Was it?
Kind of.
Kind of. Not quite the conductor.
It was a day of voiceovers for
It
him.
wasn't exactly Santa Claus.
Tom probably couldn't even come in that day to say hi to him. Yeah, just drive to the studio, do some voiceover. I'm not going to be able to make it.
It was probably some second unit stuff.
Right. It was originally boy number one. Just change it to lonely boy. Make it look like a real role.
He was Kyle Evans on one episode of ER.
Oh,
I know that.
He was in one episode of The King of Queens.
Mm-hmm.
He was on Reba. Ally McBeal. We're going back. Touched by an Angel.
2001 was a little slow.
Peter's got something on Peter Scolari.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the TV show.
Yeah, Tom Hanks did put him in a movie. He put him in that thing you do. He played like the Ed Sullivan type talk show guy.
So he puts him in all his shitty projects. That's nice of him. Doesn't have that much confidence in the guy.
That was 1996, by the way.
If you could carry my red shoe.
Let's go to Jackie in Jersey. Jackie.
First guy, the guy was on Newhart for 7 years. How he did nothing after Bosom Buddies.
Oh, was he?
Oh, he was the husband.
Right, he was Julia Duffy's husband for 7 years.
Why are you ruining our bit, Jackie?
Stand corrected.
This has been a great half hour.
Well,
but
Tom
I
Hanks
say,
was
in the
fucking honing his
commercial,
chops.
he identifies himself. This is Peter Scolari, your old bosom buddy. When you find
Well, thank God he's not doing breast cancer awareness ads by saying that.
This is Wendy Jo Sperber, your bosom
Okay.
Oh, no, he did not say that.
I didn't say anything. Everyone misheard
was
over
talking
all of the
something
talking.
Oh, yeah.
Now I got to hear this commercial.
Your old bosom buddy.
Oh, boy.
That's terrible.
Jeez.
Danny's working on it.
So is E-Rock. You can't find the system. They've been playing it for 3 months.
It's a paycheck,
Still looking for it.
Show
All right.
business is hard. I have to go to Raleigh.
Depressing.
Yeah,
Kevin from
Raleigh.
Connecticut. Peter Scolari wishes he was Rob Schneider.
Oh, now come on.
Jeepers.
I saw Rob Schneider leave the Hugh Hefner roast with one of Hugh's blondes, and then got the blonde fired.
You can do it.
Yeah, see, isn't that weird? You can do it. It's probably why they invited him, just to say that.
You can do it.
You can do it. That's the schedule right there. All right, get the fuck out of here.
Get the you can do it guy.
More info coming in. We got Andrew. Andrew.
Hey, you know what? You guys didn't know he played Wilson in Castaway.
Oh, fuck. I
Was
didn't
he
know
Wilson?
that.
In what?
Oh.
In Castaway.
Wilson and Castaway. Well, yeah. Much like in Lord of the Rings, where the actor played Gollum and then they later superimposed him with Gollum. He played the soccer ball to give Tom someone to talk to.
Yeah.
And they
They just made him lay around day after day.
dressed as a soccer
He's in the
ball.
studio with all those green screen things all over his face. You sure, Tom, we need to do this? No, really, it's your expressions.
I need to look at Wilson.
Give us a sad face. Think about bosom buddies.
That's his natural face.
Oh, God.
Oh, this poor bastard.
Oh, he has just.
And it is, in all honesty, it's not a bad career. He works every year. At least he gets a little
Every
something.
year he gets
his insurance every year.
That's what it is.
But if it wasn't, if his bosom buddy wasn't Tom Hanks,
right,
that's what kills it.
Exactly. It just happened to be like, Tom Hanks. If it was Joey Lawrence, no one would fucking give a shit.
You know what's humiliating is that we're here destroying his career, and he has so much a better career than I do.
Oh, completely.
Did I have 2 series?
Yeah.
But you didn't work with Tom Hanks.
That's true.
Right, exactly.
See?
You worked
That's
with Colin.
the thing that kills him.
Yeah, you work with Colin. You guys are neck and neck.
Look, we've come full circle.
Yeah, well, you used to come to my show.
Well, folks, a lot of times, just doesn't say anything.
Does he bite his finger a lot in the show?
No, I don't think he does.
I think it's an equity rule that he can't.
That he can't do it? I still have not seen the show.
It's
I gotta
really
go see
good,
You haven't
dude.
seen it?
I would actually go see it. It's a
you
great date, so I can get free tickets.
I want to wait until he gets completely sick and has no passion left, and then see it.
You should have seen him in 1980 then.
Oh, shit, Colin, he nailed you.
You should go. What you really should go is he didn't want to do. I think he didn't want to do a Sunday matinee show because it's not that crowd. It's everyone's 1,000 years old. So he does 3 shows on Saturday.
Does he really?
3.
Wow.
You have to do, but you have to do that. Did you do a matinee and then 2?
You have to do a certain amount of shows a week. And he didn't want to do the Sunday, so he threw one on Saturday. He figured, well, that'd be more of my audience. But when you're a starting comic, after your first year, you're like, I'm not doing 3 shows because it's impossible. You're just hallucinating
and
up
he's the furthest thing from a starting comic.
Yeah, exactly.
And to have to do matinees, it's basically it's like to do stand-up type material in the afternoon.
In the afternoon with all these old women in the audience.
Yeah.
But he said that's what really kills him is doing the. If you go do the, if you want fun, you should go to the 3rd one on Saturday.
So go to the 3rd Saturday show.
What times are they?
Miserable.
8 and 10 or something, or 8 and 10:30?
It's probably
7. It's Broadway crowds earlier.
It's probably
and it's only an hour show. So.
They should just Disney animatronic.
They turn that crowd around quickly.
Hour 15, yeah.
Get some animatronic Colin to get up there like at Disney Hall of Presidents.
Yeah,
just fucking
See, the hard thing is because they have cues and they have lighting cues and they have it's very actually well produced and well done, which means that he can't just keep going because Colin will just go off book and off road.
Right,
but you can't do that unless the lighting guy is right with you.
Wow, that's got to drive him crazy.
Yeah.
Exactly, not being able to really,
Is he able to go out and work on new stuff? Does he have time to go to the cellar or anything?
No.
He doesn't have time to even.
It's exhausted.
Oh my god!
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he'll do like a new line once in a while. I'm sure he writes new pieces
in a mirror at his house.
Yeah,
looking in the mirror.
Holding a shotgun like a microphone.
He throws a line or 2 in. He updates. I saw him update a little bit last time I saw it. I've seen it a couple times now.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's great.
It's great, isn't it?
You went?
Yeah. I saw a couple times too. It's really strong.
And I like the changes they made from when he was way off Broadway to fucking Broadway.
It really became like a real thing.
Like what
like
the fuck? This is a real thing now.
Show.
Not a guy running to the back to start the projector for Colin.
I know. I was there when in July there was no air conditioning.
Right.
The air conditioning broke. Colin's just sweating.
Dude, it was in a theater where the guy taking your tickets was the guy that was running the projector.
Right.
So we're all sitting there like, well, why isn't the show starting? Because the guy has to close up the box office.
And he's running up the stairs.
And you see him run up the stairs to start
That's
the show.
How you start it.
And now, man,
he's a Broadway star.
And now he's got a lot of people behind him.
Yeah.
It's a great name for it too, and it's just easy to remember. And it's fucking doing well. I'm so happy it got extended.
Yeah, having Jerry involved doesn't hurt.
That's obviously helps a lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
It gave people. I think having Seinfeld, it didn't make people laugh, but because you're either going to like the show or you're not. But it gave. It kind of forced critics to at least look at it honestly,
right.
And they can't bash it once they look at it.
No, it's too smart. It's too smart.
When we get the plug in, we're going to take a break. We got Jerry Springer coming in a few minutes. You sticking around, Tom?
Whatever you'd like. I'd love to stay.
All right, good. Tom Papa is here, and he's going to be part of the Big Time Comedy Show benefit for Greg Giraldo's family. That's 2 weeks from tonight, February 9th, Beacon Theater. Tickets still available. Just a few, though, because they released some.
Yep.
So you're going to want to get those immediately. Ticketmaster.com. You got Papa, you got Norton, you got Attell, Louis Black, Judy Gold, Ted Alexandro. List goes on and on. Colin Quinn, Jerry Seinfeld. It's going to be an amazing night of comedy.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
And it's a great cause, obviously.
Great show.
So.
Yeah, all the money goes to Greg Giraldo's family.
And what about people that can't go to the show? Is there another way they could donate to Giraldo's family? Do you know offhand?
Yes, they can. I don't know exactly how they would do it.
Maybe we'll try to get that info, get it out there
Just
for
send
everybody.
it to me. I'll take care of it.
Yeah, get it to it.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Opie and Anthony on the Virus. Sirius XM. The Virus. Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
Hanging with Tom Papa today. By the way, if you're not going to make the Greg Giraldo fundraiser / comedy show, hold on. There you are. GregGiraldo.com. You could donate, which would be very good.
Yeah.
Family needs money, man.
And
all the info is right there on the website, GregGiraldo.com.
You know, it sucks.
Crazy.
It's so hard to watch the roasts that he's on.
I know.
And he's so fucking good on them, but I was just watching the David Hasselhoff roast. And, it's funny shit, and then it's like, here comes Greg, and it's like,
it's brutal.
It's so funny, and now it's depressing.
Yeah, I've been doing these interviews and watching clips of him, and, we're going to run some of his stuff at the event, too.
Yeah,
we're going to do this, 5-minute video thing with all his best stuff, and you're just, working on it, and then all of a sudden you sit there, you're like, fuck, he's gone.
That sucks.
He's
You're
gone.
like,
It's insane. It really is. Really awful.
And you can name 20 other comics that should have went.
I know, absolutely.
It's like, God damn.
I know.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, my mother-in-law keeps going. This evil person.
Really, just no justice.
Says nothing funny ever.
Never smiles.
Just keeps plowing.
Miserable people.
Not a fan, are you? The mother-in-law?
The worst. The worst. Just awful. Just getting in your face. Just that attic breath. Just mean. And I always feel kind of bad about it, like saying that an old lady's mean and nasty, but because you see old crinkled up ladies, you think, she must come with cookies.
A sweet old lady, right?
Yeah, she probably just bakes cookies for people. No, if you're an idiot when you're young, you don't get old. You don't just start becoming nice when your hips start going. You get angrier.
Now you're a nasty old bitter person.
Now you're worse than ever.
Yeah, because it added in the bitterness of being old and regrets and
pains,
lost fucking opportunities.
Right.
Basically, what you're saying is some old people deserve their hips being broken.
Yeah, right, exactly. A good slip on the ice.
You're not supposed to be sad for every old person that breaks a hip.
That's shattering like a prop bottle.
Some of them had it coming for many fucking years, man.
Some deserve
Fuck
it.
them.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Tom, what else is going on?
Creep.
What else is going on?
Peanut brittle hips.
What else is going on in your world, man? What's on your radar? Anything in the news, movies, other TV shows?
I'm trying to catch up on the all the Oscar films now that they're all out.
Yeah, I think we all do that.
I just saw the Black Swan. Not one black person in it, by the way.
No.
One.
Racist.
Was it a good movie?
It was good.
We're trying to figure out if we should see that.
It's sexy.
That's some sexiness
for sure.
in it.
But it's ballerina shit.
Yeah, but there's some lesbian scenes and
little
masturbation.
That was a good scene.
Sounds very saucy.
I like to think I don't watch a lot of movies, especially a lot of Oscar-nominated movies. So I always like to think that the one or two I saw are the ones I'm like, oh yeah, that one's hands down.
That's got to be the one that wins
down.
everything.
Like right now, I'm on a True Grit fucking juggernaut. I know this film's going to run away with it because I've seen no other movie.
And you're not going to see The King's Speech.
No,
why would you?
I saw it.
It was good, right?
I heard it's good. I heard it was good.
It's good, but it's also, you're watching it and you're like, oh, this is made to win awards. It's got an affliction. It's got accents.
It's a period
piece.
Real
right?
actors.
The costumes. Real actors.
Who's that homeless guy?
What?
It's really good.
Oh,
my
Springer.
God. That's Jerry Springer.
Oh, that was Springer. He looked very confused outside the studio. And then he just walked away. Where's he going?
I don't know. He's giving a final thought to somebody.
By Shane 45, because that's his audience.
And why don't we know anything about this king? I've never heard of this king before.
I know.
With the speech impediment. So obviously he did nothing with his fucking king shit.
That was Queen Elizabeth's husband.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I believe.
What's his name?
I had
King
no
George
idea.
VI.
It was one of those things where you're watching it,
Nazi sympathizer.
You're trying to pretend that you knew everything. Oh, well, yeah, I kind of know this guy. And then you realize I know nothing.
The man who identifies himself as the king is not allowed to stutter through this speech. You will not see Jerry Langford again.
It's really, it's so, and it's, you can't really watch a guy stuttering without laughing.
Yes, thank you.
It's
of
you know,
course.
it's the funniest affliction there is.
We just did that on our show with Big A doing the news. We put him on so you laugh a little bit and get uncomfortable.
Big A's, it starts funny and then gets very uncomfortable.
Yes, and that's exactly what we were going for.
There had to have
That's
been
exactly what we're doing.
a stuttering caveman. Like, it had to go back to the point. And they just laugh at him, and he cries, and then a fucking tiger eats him.
Dinosaur.
He's trying to tell him a saber-toothed tiger's coming into the cave, and all the children get eaten. Fire! Fire! Look, he can't even talk.
He can't dummy.
Or he panics and throws water on it. And then for 300 more years, people just die at night. Thanks to that stuttering, panicking idiot.
Stuttering through history. A long story. A long story short.
History of the world in 70 minutes or an hour 20.
Whatever. It all depends.
Where's the Springer?
He's going to the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, he has to drop a deuce.
He can't hold his urine. He's too old.
He's probably shitting straight-legged.
He needs another show idea, so he's going to look in the toilet. Even he'd agree to that.
Wasn't it voted
hip.
worst TV show ever by TV Guide?
Yeah, of course. But it was
worst
still
show in
going.
history of television by TV Guide in 2002. Yeah.
Oh, 2002.
20 years he's been doing the Jerry Springer show.
Holy shit.
And I want to know if he's bitter because Nick Cannon took his fucking job on America's Got
Yeah,
Talent.
America's Got Talent.
I think he
Springer's
knows.
job?
Whenever he gets another gig, it's like so temporary.
Everything's
Jerry.
temporary. Yeah, well,
Jerry's got a lot of the ups and downs.
yeah, but that show,
That's
Please.
mediocrity.
Yeah, go.
That's his straight line.
Last time he was in, he basically hinted that he hates doing that fucking show.
Really?
But it's it's his gig now.
Yeah.
He's had it. He's had it.
It really is. He can't really branch out into anything else after 20 years. There he is.
Yeah,
like
well,
cup
it's
of coffee.
paying for the house.
Let's get Jerry in here. Where are we putting Jerry?
What's he signing? Oh, a release? For what? Is he signing a check to a hooker? We all remember that little gag.
Jerry, what do you
Don't get up. Jerry Springer.
What are you signing, Jerry?
That's a release.
A release. Oh, a release.
You got to keep everything
so you
legal.
can use this over.
Jerry's looking good.
You are looking good,
healthy,
Jerry.
my friend.
God damn, Jerry Springer in the house.
Oh my gosh!
You haven't been here in a while. We scared you.
Nah.
No, it's just it's so expensive to fly in.
Is that what it is? Yeah. He just wanted out of there.
He doesn't want to do this
Oh,
show.
God.
I don't blame you, Jerry.
No, I do.
No, what are we talking? 20? Has he been
20
doing
years
this show for
doing the
20
Jerry Springer show.
years?
20 years.
Wow.
20 years.
There's no excuse for it.
And
I'm taking this opportunity to apologize.
No apology needed,
I
sir.
ruined the culture.
No, you affected a culture, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Do you ever think about
I need
that?
a petri dish.
Do you ever think
ruined
about
this
that?
culture.
Like that
Pardon?
do you ever think about how you might have had an impact on actual civilization or uncivilization, whatever you want?
I try not to.
You try not to really think of that?
Well, Western civilization has been around for a while. You know, it's time to give Eastern civilization a shot.
Yeah.
So I thought I'd bring it down.
But like people, Socrates and Plato and stuff have affected cultures. Do you feel like
when
you're
you think Socrates and Plato, Springer, it kind of it all rolls. Sounds like a law firm.
People with their togas falling off, beating each other up.
During an accident, call Socrates, Plato, and Springer.
They have to pixelate a toga slipping off a tit because one woman's beating somebody over some philosophy.
Yeah, it's you probably could
20
put
years.
our show in a time capsule, and it probably would be as instructive as watching news things for the last 20 years.
Did you get annoyed that people would blame you for things though? Like it's like you really were in a lot of ways just showing people. You weren't forcing people to act a certain way, but people would somehow blame you because people were acting like assholes on the show. But that's not your fault. I mean.
Yeah, no,
unless they were talking about Jerry.
No, I guess I've never taken the show seriously, so I never take the compliment. Yeah, I mean, I never take the compliment seriously, and I never take to heart, and I don't take the criticism. I mean, it's a stupid show, and that's all it is. But it's fun to watch. If I wouldn't watch it, but I'm 67. But if I were in college, I'd watch it. It's to a certain age group, and I get it.
20 years in, though, you look back 20 years ago, you got criticized for a lot of things that the mainstream news media now is doing, sensationalizing.
Oh, well, that
stuff.
was always hypocritical, but you kind of knew it at the time. I mean, you know, they would say how terrible it is, and then all evening up until the 11 o'clock news, they would promo scenes from the fighting on the show.
Right.
Tonight at 11, we're going to be talking to the guy, you know, and they, to get people to watch, they kept showing the, of course, that was hypocritical.
Yeah, they love the sensationalism that goes along with it.
You know, it's
20 years.
When did you
anything on the air? Anything on the air?
Anything on the air for 20 years is crazy.
Well, because it's got a niche.
Yeah.
It does.
And it also appeals to younger people. And if you have a show that appeals to young people, you can stay on forever because you always get new young people.
That's what I say about my dates.
Yeah.
yeah. You know, underage joke.
Yeah. I'm finished with dates. I'm more into prunes now. At my age, I do prunes.
But when did you stop aging, Jerry?
Pardon?
When did you stop aging?
Yeah, you really did.
You look exactly the
what's your
fucking
program?
same.
What kind of stopped?
Got a full head of hair?
Yeah.
What do you do?
Well, I kept my hair. That's, but no,
You have a program?
you guys have been drinking.
Jerry's favorite workout.
You think this is a good face? Thank God this show's on radio.
For 67, I mean, amazing. Amazing. For 40, not good, but for 57.
He's 35, Jim.
You look very healthy.
I've been lucky. I'm
What are you working on? Anything else you're working on?
I do Baggage, which is the dating show
on the Game Show Network, right?
And I wish that had been my idea because I think it's a great concept.
What is it?
It's a dating show. It's on every night here's your plug, at 6:30 and 9:30 every night on the Game Show Network. But it's your traditional dating show, except the twist is the people have to bring on their baggage. Some item during the, let's say it's a guy, and out come these three beautiful women, and he gets to choose one of the three that he wants to go out with. And the three beautiful women are all saying, oh, choose me, and because I'm wonderful, blah, blah. But during the course of the show, they have to reveal three items of baggage, small, medium, and large. Like this, it could be, I still have lunch with my ex every 2 weeks.
What would you consider that? Big, medium, or large?
That's probably medium. Because if you wanted to really have a relationship with this person, you'd say, she hasn't gotten over it.
But the lunch is his cum.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Jerry's just
Testing,
like,
1, 2, 1, 2.
Jerry's just like, yeah.
You're a lonely man.
That would be a more large baggage, I think.
What would you consider? What would you consider Valtrex?
Yeah.
Medium or large baggage?
I think Jerry's doing the marriage ref for the Game Show Network, Tom. I think,
spin it off.
I think there's a little spin-off here.
I'll be done this summer. He'll go on for another 20 years.
So that's pretty cool. So the girl could be really hot, but she might have some big
small,
problem.
medium, and large. But finally, he chooses the one he wants to go out with, and she's all excited. They're hugging. This is great. The audience is cheering. But then, just before the show ends, she gets to see what's in his big bag. And then she can say, hey, thanks for choosing me, but you've got too much baggage. And she
could say no.
Yeah.
What's big baggage? What have you seen that's big baggage?
The biggest we had this. It was a woman choosing amongst these three hot guys, and the woman was beautiful. And she finally chose this one guy, and he was just beside himself. He was so happy. They're just jumping all around. This is going to be great. We're sending him off someplace. But then she has to open her bag, and it turns out that she was born a man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Did she still have a penis?
I couldn't tell. I mean,
really?
I was surprised because I don't know. So I was surprised.
Did she still have a penis?
I didn't.
I hope he went out with her.
Jim would have been, yay!
Exactly.
I thought this was supposed to be baggage.
I thought bag was metaphorical.
You'd consider that a three-way. A man, a woman, and
that sounds cool. Definitely.
It's a fun show. Yeah.
So you're doing 2 different shows now?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, they where
all
in
LA?
Still in Chicago?
Well, no, my show I do it right up in Connecticut.
Yeah, you're doing Connecticut, right?
Remember
that's
the
I
right.
do them Mondays and Tuesdays,
Right.
and normally Wednesdays through Saturdays. We just finished taping 170 episodes, so we're breaking for a bit.
Isn't that great? You got away from Chicago to go to Connecticut and get away from the snow.
I know.
guess.
Yeah.
That was great.
Unbelievable.
Where are they busting the audience from, Jerry?
They don't.
All locals up there? The locals are a little
people
scary.
come
in
up.
some of
There are a
those.
lot of people from New York, but
Hartford.
we thought that
get a big Hartford crowd.
we get a lot of college kids.
Really?
Well, we always do.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of colleges. around.
Quinnipiac.
Yeah.
People-
Yesterday we had like 45 in the audience from Yale, which was great.
Wow, really?
Yeah. So I'm saying, oh, this is great.
It was probably a project.
Yeah, I bet you
always
the
knew we were a
alumni-
smart show.
Yeah. Well, they were taking notes.
They were
so-
taking notes, yeah. Oh,
Which
boy.
really, it's tough to be funny when they're sitting there taking
Western
notes.
civilization.
Yeah. Excuse me, Mr. Springer, could you say that again?
Yes.
Can you remember anything from early on in your show that now wouldn't even be the least bit shocking, but back then was like, oh my God, this is crazy?
I was talking about it the other day. The first year we did the show, we did a show on interracial dating, and there were
oh Christ! I said things that aren't an issue now.
Yeah, and there were protesters outside, and now of course we have a president who's the product of an interracial marriage. So it shows you that's why it could be in the time capsule. You see what is considered crazy or outrageous then, and now it's
That's why I never erase pictures on my iPhone. You could go back and go, I remember that was 2 years ago.
This
your
was a
whole life
controversy.
Well, life is on. It was a big problem that
There was
day.
a time no one
I remember
thought I
being
could
very
be-
angry that day, and now I could give a shit.
Right.
Scroll.
Yeah. I just have photos of my genitals. Like, oh, yeah, I sent that to her. Oh, yeah. I texted that to her, and she didn't want it.
I can't believe there was a time when people thought this girl was too young.
I just hate when you plug in the wrong number.
Oh, you do that?
Oh.
Yeah.
Have you ever sent the wrong text to the wrong person?
No, but I'm still using a rotator phone.
Rotary iPhone.
Those are hard to carry around.
Yeah. Oh, I hate the guy with the 9s.
Yeah, I know. I won't talk to anyone.
You're not a gadget gizmo guy over the years? You haven't adopted what?
I've started. I know this is
computer-y?
embarrassing, but I've started doing email.
Just started. Yeah.
Because work requires it.
So
now,
they make you are 2 months away from TMZ having your dick picture on the website.
He won't realize his camera's on and he's being recorded.
Jerry Springer sends penis to a girl.
I just hope they recognize that it is one. My age, they'll say, why is someone sending a picture of cauliflower? What is this, a vegetarian?
And why is it leaking?
Oh, Jesus Christ. So you also launched a career for Steve. Your
Steve Wilkos,
security guy.
Yeah. We produce his show, and
it's
doing well.
That's doing well.
Yeah,
he's pretty good. I watched his show a few times, and he gets right in people's faces.
Yeah, he plays
kind of good.
He plays the tough guy.
Yeah, the tough guy. I like when he yells at young teen girls.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fun to watch a big, brawny ex-cop yelling at teen girls.
You're a lonely man.
Yes, I am.
It's a lot of fun.
I am. Jerry.
You probably have the most racially mixed audience of anybody on TV, though. It's like you really, across the board, it's like half black, half white.
True.
I don't think anybody has it. Maybe Oprah, but aside from that.
Yeah.
No, it's always been a diverse.
NASCAR.
This is true. I love the people on the show. I mean, most of them. Obviously everyone's. I mean, I enjoy them. I think they're cool people. They do things. They're on the show because they've done something which is a little bit weird. But otherwise, they're like everyone else.
So you hang out with them and stuff after.
They don't fit in my bedroom.
I like how Jerry goes, yeah, they're just like anyone else. The guy that's dating this woman and then having sex with her sister, and the husband is married to the guy's brother.
It's like, I always say, you take any newspaper in America, and by the time you're on page 3, I've got 20 shows.
Yeah.
So, some of us just dress better, but everyone's got a story.
What was the topic for when the Yale students were there? What was the one you did when there was the 45 Yale students?
I don't have a clue.
Can't remember.
Well, because it's
so
all
many.
the same. Somebody probably was cheating on someone. I mean, we did
string theory.
The titles of the show are put on afterwards. So
because
we don't know,
figure out what's going to happen.
Well, yeah, because you don't know what's going to happen. So we do, let's say, 3 stories a show.
That's fantastic.
And so then we find some common denominator, or maybe we pick one of the stories and there was something funny that happened here, and that's what we title the show. But, the producers don't create the subjects. The people call in with their stories. So that defines what the show's about.
And then they could probably change kind of midway through. It could change topics.
Oh, because you don't know.
Don't know
and they never know where I'm. See, I'm not allowed to know what the subjects are.
Really?
So, I mean, they give me the card, but the card only has the names of the guests because I don't know who they are. So they say these are the names. And then I'm supposed to ask questions as if I were sitting at home to find out what the subject is and then make jokes about it. So,
but if you're
so
at this point in your career, if you see Tyrone and Shaniqua, you know someone's baby is not known who the father is, right? You know that. Jim Bob and Clarabelle, you know it's going to be some domestic violence thing. Guy with his wife beater shirt on and a Schlitz.
Schlitz. When was the last time?
I know Schlitz is an old beer.
It is.
Schlitz.
Schlitz. Oh my gosh, I have not heard that.
Do people scam a lot to get on the show?
No, maybe in the early days they did. Now there's so many lawyers involved, and you have to sign releases in front of a camera.
Right.
You go into a room where the lawyers sit, and then you have to swear that everything you're saying is the truth.
And you got to protect your own ass, probably.
Yeah.
Have you ever been?
No, I think very few times do we get scammed. It's happened, but
have you been worried about lawsuits though, with some of the stuff being exposed, some of the physical contact?
No, if there is if there's a surprise on the show. You're told that there's going to be a surprise, and you're given a list of 21 possibilities.
Holy shit.
So you don't know which of the 21 it's going to be, but you have to okay all 21 possibilities.
It's like the firing squad where the one guy gets the clip full of blanks. You always have the element of doubt.
Yeah, so therefore, because we're not out, and I'm serious, we're not out to hurt anyone. I mean, this is a television show. We want to have fun. So if it's going to be something that someone really doesn't want to hear, then we're not going to do.
But wait, don't people ever figure it out though? Like if the 21 things is, your trip to the moon, your gay experience in that rest area in Norwalk, and then a bunch of other ridiculous things. They kind of know what it's going to be.
You figure it out.
I randomly chose Norwalk, of course. I didn't stop in there once.
I'm trying to think where
you're always performing in Norwalk.
But you know what I mean? Do people ever figure it out? Like just the options? Like that's the one thing they don't want out?
I'm sure they do. I mean, because there are people that say, no, I'd rather not be on.
Oh, you have them back out last minute?
Oh, sure. Well, what isn't the last minute? They're given the list, several days in advance.
Oh, okay.
I bet you the lawyers have made it difficult to do the show now, too, huh, Jerry?
Not really. We get thousands of calls a week from people who want to be on.
No, I mean, but the lawyers telling you, like, I bet you it was a lot different 20 years ago when you started. You didn't have to deal with lawyers.
In other words, by the time it really gets to the producers dealing with it, they have passed all the hurdles they have to pass. Right, so if it's something that's clearly going to be a legal problem, they don't even get near the show.
Was there a show you wanted to do and the lawyers shut you down?
Well, I wouldn't know because I never, as I said, I never.
That's a great way to fucking live.
Ignorance is bliss.
See, because we know, and it gets frustrating. It's like, come on, we could do that.
Yeah, I'm never.
We can stick up a bat. We can stick a bat up a girl's hiney still. Come on. What's wrong with that?
We've done it. That's great.
Well, it's not signed by Mantle.
Is it a?
We might have done that.
38 inch.
It worked. That was the
I like
good old
a thin
days.
handle.
Have you in all these years, maybe you had a brash 20-year-old or something that now would be 40 and bumps into you and says, "Hey, Jerry, I was on your show."
Oh, we're getting the kids of original guests.
Really? Okay. Wow.
And these people were told not to procreate. So,
and they're just as bad as their parents, right? Right, Jerry?
Oh, Jesus.
Do you have any negative feedback from people, like when in person, like when people see you, go, hey, man,
this is really weird. Never. Ever.
Isn't that amazing?
If you held a gun to my head and try to make me remember one person that ever, was upset with me in person.
That would be inappropriate on my part.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't ever remember. First of all, if people don't like the show, they don't watch it.
True.
So when you're in television, you don't run into negative ever.
Right.
Now, people write articles, yeah. But I mean, in terms of meeting people, never.
Yeah.
They either don't know the show, or they don't like it, so they don't watch it, or they're big fans.
Are you ever tempted? Like Larry Flint did something which I loved, which is there were the conservatives that were going after porn and stuff. He put out $1 million for anybody that could ruin one of them, like with having an affair with them. Like it was great that he did that.
Yeah.
And he actually did. Somebody at some was it House Minority Leader? Somebody had to resign. It was really humiliating. Did you ever want to go after people that really targeted you? I mean, how do you not resist that temptation to just ruin them for it?
What's the difference? it's only a TV show, so I never take it seriously.
Right.
I mean, you could say anything about the show and you wouldn't upset me.
Right.
It's a TV show.
I think that's the reason people don't come after you is because I think
I mean, all I'm going to do is
watching,
agree with you.
watching
yeah,
the
it is
show.
stupid. It's unbelievable.
Sure, he just doesn't
You
care.
could tell
He doesn't
watching
care.
the
He doesn't
show
give a
that he's
fuck.
just there, like, having fun and just not taking it so seriously. So how do you go up to him and go, you're scandalous? Or you just be like, wow.
I mean, it'd be like let's say you're a Yankee fan and someone comes up, the Yanks suck, man, they're terrible.
Right.
Do you not sleep at night because that guy said the Yanks were terrible?
No, it's because I run them down with my car.
Well, okay, for that, I'm on your side on that.
But that's why his show is successful, and he navigates any type of negative stuff because that's the way you got to be.
Who cares?
What happened with America's Got Talent? I love that show. I love that you were a
I
part
do
of
the
that.
live show.
Nah, you want to be on TV, Jerry. I know you. Nick Cannon took your spot, and
they
I was
wanna
bummed
go-
out.
Yeah,
they
well-
wanted to go younger or something?
Yeah.
You were great. You were great on that show, though.
Yeah. Well,
I've been watching since season 1.
yeah, I enjoyed doing it, and I enjoyed doing the live show. But that summer, it wasn't just that. It was also that I got offered, which I did, the musical Chicago on Broadway, and to play Billy Flynn.
Right.
And that was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
Sure.
So it was a combination of things. But I think they were very happy that I had something to do because they did. I think they wanted it. Look,
Wait, so you're traveling the country doing the live show and
what I
the
do
two
is
TV
each
shows?
season, each season I take the 10 winners, the 10 finalists,
right?
And 2 summers ago, I did 3 months in Vegas with them at Planet Hollywood, and last year I did a 25-city tour with them.
Jesus
so I
Christ.
still work with the
He's
show.
busy,
I just don't do the
Jerry's
television
busy.
show.
What about Prince Poppycock? See, I watched this show.
He was cool. Yeah, you do.
Prince Poppycock.
You're alone.
It was all about Prince Poppycock.
We were all oddly attracted to him. We've never even admitted that to ourselves, much less each other. But let's get it out right here.
I think he's the only one I remember from last season. Now that I think about it, I watched every episode.
Well, there was that little girl.
The opera singer.
Yeah, she had an.
What is she doing? What's her career doing now?
Well, she's still in school, but she did. She had
Fuck school if you have a voice like that. What's wrong with her parents?
She had a Christmas. I think she had a Christmas album that did pretty well.
Yeah,
but if you have a voice like that, what is school going to teach you? You already got your gift, and go out there and make the money for the family.
How to manage your finances so you don't get Gary Coleman by your parents.
The risk, the gamble there, particularly. Excuse me.
There's no gamble because I know what you're going to say. If her voice is blown out, then she can go back to school. Same with the athletes that are 17 going right into the pros. They blow out a knee, then you go back to school. There's 40-year-olds going back to school.
Yeah, the problem is there are a lot of people with good voices. What makes her unique is that she's 10 years old.
That's why she's got to capitalize now, Jerry.
Yeah. Oh, well, she's making albums.
Strike while the hymen is tight.
He likes little girls. Okay.
No! I like jokes about it.
Okay, tell you.
You made Springer uncomfortable. Do you know how hard that is to do?
May I have some water, please?
God almighty. That's like getting a double off Rivera.
20 years of
Jerry,
not being offended.
I want Jerry.
He walks in here. Ugh.
I want Jerry to be the next Regis. Can we start the campaign for you?
You can start the campaign, but they're going to go younger, obviously.
Why?
Well,
You are
would
younger.
replace
You are
Opie?
younger.
Come on,
You're-
Opie. Why would you replace Regis with
You're
someone
13
who's-
years younger than him, sir. Let's start the
13
campaign. You
years?
want the gig, right?
No.
Any thought of retiring from the your show?
No, I mean, I know I'm doing another 4 years.
Wow.
Because we signed with Tribune, and they're going to carry it. So, no, I mean, as long as I'm healthy,
Yeah.
it's fun. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, what am I going to do? Play
And it
golf?
doesn't seem
4
like
years.
it doesn't seem like a lot of work for you. I mean, you got a good staff in place, I guess.
Oh,
and
they're phenomenal. But no, I don't. For that show, no, it isn't work.
you
I
write
mean,
your own
walk in.
final,
You
you
have
write
to
your own
be
final thoughts.
Oh yeah, that I do.
Oh, okay.
But the part you have to be alert.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, because you don't know what the show is about. When the camera's on,
Right.
you really have to be focused. You can't be thinking what else is going on.
And you probably
So
got to
that's-
hear something from the audience
but
and know that you want to go out there and
Is
talk
it
to
any
that
work?
lunatic.
Otherwise, is it work? No.
No.
You don't have to go in the office. You just show up and shoot.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
you got to
great.
do the promotional stuff and the
Sure.
business side of it.
Yeah.
So the work is the business side of it, but not the performing
Not the
part.
production of it.
That's not work.
Do you ever have a show that looks like it's going to be good and it just turns into a dud? Like the topics just aren't moving? Or
Usually Monday through Friday.
But you'll have that once in a while, one that's just like, it's just not getting anybody sparked up or...
Well, the more I talk during a show, the worse the show is.
You want action.
If you don't see me, if you hardly hear me, then you know it's a great show because it's going on its own. In other words, I'm there when the show's dying.
Right. And now they also have the you could get some of the Too Hot for Television springers where I guess now no pixelation on the boobies, things like that.
Well, when they came out in the 90s, that I honestly think that kind of put us over the top.
Yeah,
it became such a hot item. Those Too Hot for TV tapes during the mid 90s. That's when we passed Oprah. That's when you
guys passed Oprah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did.
Oh yeah, for a little over a year.
Yeah, they got to a point where because the fighting was fantastic. I hated when they had to tame that when they told you to tame that shit down.
See, that's a lawyer. That's a lawyer thing right there.
Well, they got him on a technicality about boxing or something like that, or fight promotion.
Still, it still is there. It's just that various cities will edit some things out.
But
if you're there, the show is the same as it always was.
It's better than it was. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because it went from a point where you were just watching people beating the shit out of each other,
right.
and then they would cut completely away.
Yeah.
Which was
now
bad,
they don't cut it.
and now they don't cut it.
The best part of the old shows was Steve just a step behind when the fight started.
Yeah. He taking his time.
He would just don't jump in there too fast.
He would just miss holding back the girl. It was great.
But what Steve doesn't want you to know is that wasn't on purpose.
He really just stunk.
That's why we gave him his own show.
Get out of here.
Do you want another security guy that does nothing? We have one.
Okay. I'll help you, Jerry.
Here I come.
Hope I don't get yelled at for that later.
Screw him. He's fine.
I don't like Kenny's peppering of gray. It really bothers me.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Should,
I want to dip my fist in hair dye and
apply it liberally. Jesus Christ. Well, Jerry Springer, 20 years. Jesus
it's amazing.
Christ.
Do they just get to a point where they just know that it's going to do what it does ratings-wise, so it just cruises or it is...
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
We have a niche. I mean, obviously, by now, you have a niche, and you're always going to have that audience.
Right.
And the advantage is, and you guys know it with your show, you have a young audience. When you have a young audience, you can be on forever because there are always new young people. If you do a show that's aimed at 35-year-olds, by the time they're 37, their tastes haven't changed, but they're bored with the show.
Right.
So the show has trouble lasting. But if you do a show aimed at 16 to 22, each year they're going to be kids suddenly old enough to listen, old enough to watch. So every year you get a whole new class of an audience.
Those are basically, Tom Papa, you're fucked.
Yeah, the marriage ref. One more
never going to make 20 years. He's talking to those 35-year-olds, Jerry.
One more season.
Marriage age, people.
Oh, boy.
Have you seen Tom's show?
Yes.
Tom gets people before they get to your show.
That's right.
That's the last stages of hope.
Yeah, when they're still trying to work it out.
It usually doesn't work out. It doesn't. You're married?
It was a fun run.
How long have you been married now?
37 years.
37 years? And was that your first and only?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. She's wonderful. She really is.
How do you pull that off? Is it just kind of your way at work every day?
You don't pull it off, and that's how it lasts. You keep it on.
You learn to like cauliflower.
He was never able to take advantage of the loose teens that came on the show.
Yeah, you would think, over the 20 years.
No, what you do is what you do, I mean...
Spank bubble?
You literally separate your real life from show business. And if you can do that, you can have success in both ways.
That's
you try
pretty
to mix it.
Good, yeah.
Why didn't you think about that?
But my real life is crazier than this. Is the thing. So that's
backwards.
I'm not saying there's a formula for everybody. It just I found the right one.
No, I've separated it, but
and luckily she has no taste.
This is the mellow part. This is like the easygoing, mellow, relaxed part, and then regular life is insanity.
You just crashed your car 2 days ago.
I just wrapped up my fucking Mustang 2 days ago. I was so pissed.
Brutal.
Yeah. You shouldn't have been driving it in this weather. Expressway Service Road.
30 miles an hour, Tom.
I wasn't even
30
going
miles an hour?
Yeah,
I hit 30
miles an hour.
What happened to the saddle?
The thing, Mustang. His head came off. Poor thing.
You just hit the ice?
Yes.
No ice.
No ice. 30 miles an hour.
He was driving. Here's what happened. He was spinning around to pick up a male hitchhiker in skinny jeans.
the tires, very hard tires.
Yeah.
Racing tires. And the road very cold. And the engine very powerful. And I spun around. When I went into third, I hit the gas, and the rear just came right out and right into the guardrail.
Oh.
It's like, fuck.
Totaled?
800 horsepower doesn't help either. I was just going to the bank. My Escalade was being used. I was taking a mile drive to the bank. 1 mile. I didn't make it a quarter
That's
mile.
what you need.
God.
Space Shuttle Endeavour to get to the bank. That's good.
I know. I really fucked up, but
That's why Jerry's so successful, because he's very even-keeled. You seem like you don't have a bad temper. You're a very even-keeled guy. That's probably why he looks healthy, and he hasn't let all the bullshit get to him.
Please, the same people like that are the ones that know where shallow graves are. Oh, even-keeled. Seemed like a normal guy.
Exactly.
Talk to him. Always said hello.
How deep are this grave supposed to be?
Yeah, of course it's shallow. I'm in a hurry.
Yes, he's been on Craigslist in Long Island for the last couple of years.
You know what? Gilgo Beaches.
We should break because we got Olivia Munn coming in.
Yes.
You want to look at a piece of ass, Jerry, or do you have to go?
I think I could stay.
Of course you can stay.
I think
Olivia Munn's going to
I'll
join the program next, which is very, very exciting for everybody.
If Jerry stays, you're welcome to stay. If not, the Jerry Springer Show, everybody knows. It's on the CW here in New York, weekdays, 11 a.m. And when's your dating show?
Game night. Every night at 6:30 and 9:30.
Oh, it's two.
Baggage.
Okay.
Baggage.
Yeah. All right, we'll continue.
This is the Opie and Anthony Show. Outrageous, borderline illegal audio entertainment. The Virus. Sirius XM. The Virus. Sirius XM. This is the Opie and Anthony Show.
It's too bad Tom Papa has to leave as Olivia Munn is entering the studio.
I'm a married man. It's like in The Godfather. That's nice for you.
Yeah, for you. I've never seen Jimmy kick someone out of a seat quicker.
I really didn't have to go, but
Jimmy's like,
Tom said he has to leave in a couple of minutes. So I'm sitting next to Tom, and Olivia Munn is probably going to sit 2 seats over, and then there's going to be a big gap in between us.
Yeah.
So when Tom said I have to leave, I actually got his coat and put it on him.
She's coming down the hall.
Well, you didn't see when you weren't in the studio. I said, can we move Jimmy down 1? But now you're there, and I'm next to you. Is this her?
I'm going to stay right in the seat so you can't sit next to her. You have a girlfriend.
Oh, my God.
But I would gut my girlfriend with a fishing knife.
Wow.
Bring her right in. She could come right in. Look at Danny's dumb smile.
Hi, Olivia.
Hi, Danny.
Hello.
How are you?
Why do you look scared?
No.
Looking at me.
Well,
I know. Of course, you're famous.
Do you realize what your body looks like? Of course.
Oh,
look at that. Hi, Olivia.
Hi, how are you
Welcome
guys?
to the Opie and Anthony Show.
Excited to be here.
Yeah.
Are you really?
Yes, I am. You guys are famous.
No.
Opie and Anthony.
They are.
Infamous,
Catchy
maybe,
name.
but oh, gosh. Let me tell you.
You smell very good.
Oh, do I?
Yes, you smell
Thanks.
very
What
nice.
do I smell like?
He was
Just very clean. It's like a very clean,
Very
girl
fresh.
smell,
Yeah, I have a
perfumey.
scent that I kind of put together, and I always people, and I always want to know what. One of the grips from the Daily Show, I walked by him. He's like, "You smell so great," and I said, "Okay, please tell me what I smell like." And he said, "Love."
love.
I like that.
Love.
I'm gonna take off all my bracelets so they don't jingle.
we don't care.
Jingling and jangling.
Oh, all
If you
right.
came in with
No one
symbols,
cares.
we'd be fine with it.
Yeah,
we don't care.
Fuck it, they're back on.
Doesn't matter to us.
It's part of my ensemble, anyways.
The vibe is so different from when I walked in
All right,
an
Tom.
hour ago.
Exactly.
You also smell lovely.
Thank you. What
Yes.
does it smell like?
Like chicken noodle soup.
Desperation.
Marriage ref.
Chicken noodle
Marriage ref.
soup.
It's a nice smell, right?
It is. It's
How
it's
come
very
chicken noodle
cozy.
soup is
Who
great
did
to
chicken noodle
smell
soup?
when it's cooking and you're eating it, but on a person, it is probably the most horrid fragrance.
Unless it smells the way on his skin, the way that it smells like when you're cooking it. With his own pheromones.
Yeah, makes you think.
This
You
is
ever-
the most
you ever
boring.
just-
You guys just lost a bunch.
No.
Olivia didn't come on and talk about boobs and anything.
It
She was
grows
just talking
from
about
that because
perfuming.
I was just going to ask you, like, are you one of those people that like to kind of, if you're not doing anything, lounge around your own filth for like 3 days without showering or anything?
I don't say I like it, but I do it.
Yeah, okay.
I'm like, after a while, I'm just like, that that this is just really gross. But then I'm
get
like,
in the
if I get a
shower
ponytail holder, then my hair goes back.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you just keep going.
You put it up there, and then you're just like dirty, and then you get in the shower, and you literally repel water.
Yeah.
It's
Like
a lot of people don't fess up to that, but if you're not doing anything, just sit around and just ugh.
Well,
just ugh.
You know, the strange thing is, like, so I have this a huge, and you'd think I was like Jewish or something, like the guilt that I carry around all the time. I always feel like I want to like live up to like what people might think of me, and I'm always surprised if somebody does know who I am. And so like if I'm at the house and I look pretty. I mean, I put together. I try to do be put together in real life, but if I'm at home and I'm in that filth stage, I mean, I'll wear like I have an ex-boyfriend's pair of like massive sweatpants that look like a Snuggie wrapped around me. They're just massive, and then a t-shirt, and then I wear my glasses, and then I put my hair in a ponytail. So if like the UPS guy comes or something, then they see my name on and then I look. There's a kind of a recognition, and then just a disappointment after that.
No, you don't understand. That is a sexy ass look, and I'm not even kidding.
No, it really is not. Though.
No, it is.
But I'm not trying to be like, oh no, because like I know that I do like the sexy pictures and the whole thing. So I'm not being that girl.
No,
I'm just saying it is not attractive.
You can gussy up pretty good, like and a lot of girls can makeup and hair and look really good, but there are some girls that can be a sloppy mess and still look sexy in a sloppy mess way.
But you don't want the UPS guy to think you're really hot because he's coming to your house. He knows where you live. You don't want that creep leering at you from the shrubs. So you should ugly it up before he comes. I'm going to throw paint on your face before he comes.
How can brown kill you?
That's very specific from the shrubs. Did you used to work for UPS?
No, I didn't. But
Jimmy knows all the tricks.
There's a lot of shrub work.
Yes.
All the tricks.
I actually have a hat with bushes on it.
Hey, we got to talk about the Maxim cover.
Yeah. Okay, let's talk about it.
Well,
could be one of the hottest covers ever.
Yeah, we love it.
That little fucking boy shorty
it's the cross shot.
Thing that you're wearing.
Yeah.
And a lot of controversy because the subscribers got their address label put right over your undies.
Over the controversial
of your undies.
Yeah. It's I felt bad for it. They should also purchase it at a
I think that's what they were. I think that's what they were gunning for.
It's a really big white address stamp too.
Oh,
it's a little unnecessary.
Right you were going for something else there. It is very, very big.
What is very big?
No, the label.
Oh,
it's terrible. It covers up your whole beautiful little frilly thing you're wearing.
Do they airbrush that at all and to cover it? Like, someone said they airbrushed it because they were so worried about what it was showing.
No.
Oh, man. Like through?
No, not airbrush it. Like airbrush something dirty out of it.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
No, you could see the skin. It looks like you don't have.
Photoshop.
She doesn't have anything
saying
going
thanks
on
to my water,
there.
not thanks for the skin. People the radio people don't hear that was water came.
I didn't see no photoshopping. That looked.
Well, I know that the photographer that he did my first Maxim cover that was last January, and I love him. And a big thing for me was to not do a Photoshop. I don't want things to be Photoshopped. It's not like a cause or a stance I try to make, but it's just but I like and I want the photo to look like the moment from when it was taken, and I just think it's important for me just to feel like it is how it is, and embrace all the flaws and all that.
No problems going on, no problem areas that you want them to
but I don't think that was.
of?
Because I saw the raw photos, and that's the same. I mean, the raw photos the same as what went online, or when the background was different because I was on a white background. They just changed the background to the blue. But,
okay.
But other than that, like I asked to not be, touched, and that's why. And so the photographer.
I heard they only.
I heard
that they only photoshopped the.
How you smelled, probably.
I heard they only photoshopped the bottoms just to make them cover more. Like that's what it was.
Yeah, I don't think so.
If a girl is wearing a very thin fabric panty, you can see right through it.
I love that.
I'll tell you guys this though. I was very. Maybe.
I like putting that part of the panty in my mouth like a regulator.
When it came to this cover, I was actually surprised because I was. Even though, when you do a magazine cover, you don't really have a say in what happens or which picture they use. But they've been so great over there. And I said, I really want to use one that's more, that's not super sexy, like this face I'm making. It's like the first cover.
You failed.
Well, and then I just wanted to be like, oh, this is approachable, but it's also sexy, and it's and all of my girlfriends saw it, and that's the first one. You're looking at the.
I'm looking for Maxim cover.
I like how Jimmy just moaned.
No, someone just brought him water.
I apologize.
Someone just brought him water. You didn't see.
That was an involuntary noise.
He's sitting right there, and Jimmy goes, ah.
the rookie mistake.
Oh, it smells like chicken noodle soup. It's interesting how that happens.
Smell like chlorine in a minute.
There we go. Look, this is not.
But all my
This is so not Photoshop.
Hey,
it's not.
No, man.
That's
you
the
can see that the
interesting.
skin gets a little darker down there, just a little.
Yeah, it's like
little shade
that's
of dark.
the pelvic area, right? So
yeah, I just thought that
there
was something more showing that they were panicking about.
So no,
yeah, you look like tough girl here. I like that.
Well, I wanted it to be like that's like my girlfriends and I when we're like if I'm on vacation with my girlfriends or we're hanging out, we like throw on like little boy shorts and a t-shirt and we.
Yes, you do.
That is how I mean not like we're not like doing pillow fights or anything, but we're just very comfortable and.
Where
casual.
exactly do you all hang out? What a great place that must be.
Near UPS.
Jimmy wants to scout out a shrub.
Paradise.
The shrub boy wants to know.
But this, like, in every pair of boy, like these are lace boy short
yes,
panties.
They are.
And then there's like in every pair of panties, there's like the cloth part underneath, right?
Oh,
That's more of a.
You ripped that right out, right?
Okay. No, but that's right there. You can see
collects
it.
all the goodness.
You can see it. So I don't know what they're saying was shopped out.
I call that part the tea bag.
Jesus.
What were they saying was photoshopped out?
No. Only like
my penis.
No, please. You couldn't be that perfect. No. Just saying.
I'm judging you.
No, just saying that there might have been a little bit more of the body underneath visible.
No, but I don't think so because my vagina is in the appropriate place.
Oh,
my vagina.
yes.
I'm not like.
Thank God for that.
It's not like you, like to have sex with me. You wouldn't have to like just put your penis like directly like it doesn't. It has to,
I don't believe you.
Your penis has to go upwards, like a normal penis. If it went straight out, if it was perpendicular to your body,
it would hit stomach.
Yeah,
Jim's having a stroke.
Jimmy. Yeah.
But there were some people who had a little bit of controversy. But I believe that whoever that was, I just think that they have yet to see a vagina, so they're not quite sure what it is. They're like, I see something. I think that's what it is.
Right. That's where it is.
But it's great for you that there's all this controversy.
Right.
We're all talking about
it's
this
great
cover.
it's great for Maxim.
Yeah,
but I don't really get a percentage on this.
Just the name out
but
there.
If they sell a lot of magazines, they'll be like,
well,
we like
I'm
you.
doing a movie right now, and I'm on the Daily Show, and I've got my new NBC show coming out. So I had a lot of other stuff happening, so I didn't really need somebody to like. It's to
Talk
me.
about you.
I like to keep things focused on. Like I do this because it's one. I remember in college, like, every boyfriend loved Maxim, and it's exciting for me to be part of it. And I think that they're always so great there, and I think girls can be sexy and funny and beautiful and do these things and I liked it, so I just don't. It's just more like shut up when people talk like that.
What movie are you doing?
It's called I Don't Know How She Does It. It's for the Weinstein Company. It's with Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, okay.
And then Greg Kinnear, Pierce Brosnan, Christina Hendricks from Mad Men.
Who are you playing?
I play Sarah Jessica Parker's friend and colleague. And the whole movie's about us. We work for a mutual fund, and it's about her juggling like her life and how does she do it and how does she make it all. And I'm completely opposite from her, like right out of Dartmouth, whip smart, just no kids, not doing that whole thing. And then we just kind of
girls.
Yes.
On the same bed.
Yeah.
All right.
You know what it is?
Sarah Jessica
It's a lot of
Parker.
laughs, but mostly a lot of heart.
Oh,
right?
Is it a rom-com?
Your viewers
rom-com.
Rom-com alert.
It's not a rom-com.
No?
It's just a com.
It's just a com. None of the rom.
No rom.
None of that pesky rom.
There's nothing really romantic. There's no romantic thing in there.
Yeah. What about you? Girlfriend, boyfriend? What do you got?
Justin Timberlake.
Single.
With
Justin Timberlake. What?
Gossip.
I'm single.
We got
Is
some
that the
gossip.
Yeah.
Just friends, right?
I don't talk about my personal life.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
And I think that you guys are reading too many magazines in the nail salon.
Yeah, see?
But yeah, I'm single.
That's fun.
That's good. Where are you based out of? New York?
Both now. Well, L.A. I have my house in L.A., but then I've yet to find a place to live in New York.
In New York? Well,
So
let me
How do you feel about the Upper West Side?
Do you like...
Before you offer Long Island, let me offer Manhattan.
Well, let me offer a
28E.
much bigger house. With you like a pool?
Yeah.
That's good in January.
You like a movie? You like a movie theater in the house?
Yeah.
Surrounded by slippery.
Wait, whose house is this?
Surrounded by slippery roads.
You have all of that?
Yeah, believe it or not.
How much is Sirius paying?
Oh, much too much for what I do.
Hold on. How do you feel about Aussie photos? 'Cause I have a feeling my apartment's going to be ruled out very quickly.
Yeah. Well, you know, if you just
I think
wanted to
subliminally you feel the
come
same way
over.
that I feel about Aussie photos in your apartment.
I love them.
I think that maybe there's something you're trying
The
to
guy
hide.
that doesn't
You're
like
trying to push
girls
people
has to
away.
leave.
No, I had to bring.
I do like girls.
Bye, guy that doesn't
I
like
love
looking at
girls.
pretty
Where
girls.
are you going?
Him and
Nice
the
to
Big
meet
Bopper
you.
are getting on a plane together.
I'm going to Raleigh in a snowstorm.
Yeah, good luck with
on a
that one.
shuttle flight.
What's in Raleigh?
Comedy.
Charlie Good. You doing Wednesday through Sunday?
No.
What are you doing tomorrow? Thursday?
Thursday through Saturday.
Check out Tom's next show, Seconds from Disaster, on the Discovery Channel.
I survived.
If I survive,
And if you get a
come
chance,
see the
smell
Giraldo
him.
show.
Yes.
Go to North Carolina and smell
And
it.
smell my chicken noodle.
Yeah,
Chicken noodle soup.
burning crispy flesh.
Chicken noodle soup. That's the name of my new tour.
Tom is so nervous he went chickle noodle soup.
He is really
There's no way to back out of that in front of the 10. There's no way.
He's got a flight.
Well, thanks for having me, guys.
Thank you for
Papa.
coming
It was
on.
fun being here
For
again.
the marriage ref, of course.
Yes.
And the big benefit for
Greg Giraldo benefit is Wednesday.
2 weeks from
2
today.
weeks from today.
Wednesday,
Ticketmaster.com. There's just
Yeah.
a few tickets left.
February
so.
9th,
Come
yes.
support the Giraldos.
There you go.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
And
Nice meeting you.
GregGiraldo.com,
Nice to meet
right?
you.
If you can't make
Good
a
luck
show
with
and you want to
everything.
All
donate
right,
to the
Leonard
family.
Skinner, take it easy.
All right, Tom Papa.
See you, buddy.
Don't die, okay?
Yeah.
No, take it easy, man.
We're not going to talk about you as soon as that door slams. We don't do that, Tom. We don't do that here.
He's a nice guy. He really is.
You're gonna see that horrible sweater in a tree branch later on the news. Smoldering wreckage.
Awful.
No, he got switched to a small plane. He was flying
I
a big
know,
plane, and
yeah.
they switched him to like an Embraer.
In
so.
this kind of weather, he doesn't like
That's
it.
the worst.
Yeah, it is bad. When there are we were talking about when there's certain people, like if you look up front and see Gwyneth Paltrow sitting in first class or next to me in first class because I
You have a pool in a movie theater. Got
I have a pool in a movie
Noted.
theater. And noted. Oh, shit. You kind of have the feeling like the plane won't crash. But if you look around in one of those Umbrella things and you look at just like people and
You're like,
you
God
go,
doesn't want you here.
You go, I'm
going down.
So going down, yeah.
The small planes always go down, and they freak me out.
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's just not like they don't de-ice them enough. That's a big problem, and then they go down.
Yeah, hey,
Yeah.
Olivia said de-ice the plane more.
Yeah.
She knows. She's looking out the window.
Yeah, or just don't take me down with you.
Yeah, well, that's
the whole plane tends to go down at once.
That's that last crash
I
is
don't want
because
on
they didn't they de-iced, but when they were flying on autopilot or something, the wings had gotten heavy.
Oh, tell her about more of it. I'm sure she's fascinated.
Why not? That's what I do with beautiful women. I talk about plane crashes and disasters. That's why I'm a lonely man. You're gonna see me in a singles bar. So you familiar with Jonestown? Are you? Boo. Okay.
Oh, wow, you have a sad life.
I really do.
No, I'm alone a lot. I think I'm more lonely than I think than people might think.
Oh, that's terrible.
But it's like because I don't like other people.
Oh, that is fucking perfect. I am a friggin' hermit. I hate people.
I don't like meeting new people. I don't like. I have a social anxiety disorder. I'm just like I have a. It sounds like I don't mean it as a joke. It's the only way I know how to describe it. But I have an allergic reaction to douche. Like when people are douchebags, I freak the fuck out. I can't. You can say fuck on.
Oh yeah.
I just freak out and I can't take it and I will go off on my friends. I mean, I went off July 3rd is my birthday. Somebody threw a party for me in the Hamptons. Again, I'm new. No one told me that Hamptons is like literally like adjacent to hell. And I went off on I can't do it. I freak out as if like someone's put me into a small box.
Really?
I just don't like meeting new people. I don't like meeting people I don't like. I don't like meeting like, older guys who own hotels who think they're like sexy and then like want to hit on like somebody younger. And I'm like, well, it's cool if you're older as long as you don't look like that. You're not a douchebag.
Well, I don't own hotels. Jesus Christ.
Well, that's a good thing actually, because what I found is that there are a lot of douchebags.
They own hotels.
Well, that's why they're hanging out in the Hamptons, like with like and I'm looking at other girls. I'm like, you're 16.
Oh shit.
Yeah,
well,
it's weird.
Here's the thing. If they have on like white pants and no socks, they're douchebags. Anybody that doesn't wear socks with shoes is a douchebag.
What about when it's really hot though?
Still douchebags. Put on a pair of socks. Be a man.
You know what? Let's not make it complicated. Keep it clean.
Yeah, be a guy.
One simple rule.
So you get a lot of creepy older guys hitting on you, and they think because they have money, not realizing that you have money too, that they're gonna.
Well, no, but that was like in the Hamptons. But like but that was more like seeing like older guys hitting on the younger girls. I mean, I have that thing where I think I have a pretty good thing where I can make people want to stay away. I have that where I just don't look at someone and I can like furiously text to no one and just
and
make
people,
drafts of text.
People get
and
the
say,
hint. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not like I'm like, oh hi, and go back down. So no, I just watched older guys hit on younger.
Well, what
girls.
kind of guys? It's got to be. I mean, if you're dating non-celebrities, it's got to be threatening to them, your career and the fact that everybody comes up to you. I mean, I always wonder what it would be like to date somebody who other people want photos with. It's just got to be kind of uncomfortable.
I think that I honestly don't date that much. When I've gone out with people who aren't in the business, it's only been with, and I can only remember one off the top of my head. Because especially now when I meet people, I can always tell, like, with a guy, if I meet a guy and like he comes up to me, I'm like, oh, he's cute and he's nice. And then he says something, and then he's like, oh, it's, then he says my last name, like, oh, Olivia Munn. And it's just that weird thing where it's just like, it's a weird, I don't know. And then I'm like, oh, if we end up fucking, it might be weird because, like, you might be saying my last name too. And
not for him.
But you worry that he's seeing you and your name and going, wow, it'd be great to fuck her because of her name.
Well, because here's the thing is, like, eventually, I'm doing everything I can to I go to, a good facialist and take care of my body and all that stuff. But eventually age will happen, and you want to be with somebody who sees past that, because fame is so, fleeting and success. Hopefully I could stay successful and keep growing and growing. But, like, sometimes you're hot and sometimes you're not. And you want someone who wants you when you're not, like, the one. And if someone just likes me because, like, they can go home to their friends or their family and be like, oh, hey, then they're not going to want me when I'm, like, on, a Gilmore Girls remake or something. Which one? Hopefully I wouldn't want me either.
You'll see them start texting and being like, oh, you don't get to see this text.
Yeah.
And who is that? Oh, forget about it.
Oh.
Someone, was that happen to you?
Nah, I've seen it happen though. It's terrible. It's awful.
No, I would never. If a guy was like super secretive about his text, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't be with that guy. I'm that girl who, if I think a guy, I've been with a guy who cheated, like when I was like 18, and just never. And then again later when I was like in my early 20s. But
how did you know they cheated? They told you, or you actually caught them?
You can just well, if at first you feel it, you're like, like, this seems weird. And then you end up catching them. And usually the guys that cheat, I think, are stupid enough to get caught. Sometimes usually people want to get caught. That's what I think.
Did you do any snooping? Are you like a snooper? Did you go through, like, the phone, or, like, so they were dumb enough to leave their Facebook open?
I don't do that well, this was like, I haven't done it since I was like maybe 22, but my 18-year-old boyfriend, I learned how to crack his code for his voicemail, because I remember his favorite number was 12. So then one day I remember calling him, and then my head went to the receiver, and it pushed the star button, and he goes, please enter your password. I was like,
oh, shit.
And I was like, what? I was like, So I tried his favorite number, like, immediately, and it was like, you have 3 new voicemails. I was like, holy fucking shit. And there was all these girls. And then after that, I accidentally saved a message by accident. He was like, are you checking my, because I have a save. I'm like, no, how would I even know how to do that? And then he changed it, and I remember trying to check it, and he's like, it was, so then I was like, oh, let me try. And I tried a few different numbers, and then finally when I was like, I bet he's so stupid. I bet he thinks he's so clever that this would be like, no one would try this, but he's just so stupid that it's so easy. So I tried 1, 2, 3, 4, and it worked.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I was like, because he probably thinks, oh, I'm so clever, no one will think of this easy one. I was like, you jackass. And then he changed it again, because then I started like, are you dating somebody else? I know you, because I would name it something. I met this person who's friends with this person. They told me, because I would know the girl's name. Hey, it's, bitch of the month. It's blah, blah, blah. Right. So then he changed it again, because I still stayed with the guy, because I was an idiot. And then one time he called on my phone, and then I saw and I saw all the code again, because it saved in my phone somehow. I don't know. I was very lucky. So I think if you can find out, you should find out. But there's a difference between wanting to know the truth and then wanting to just know what you want to hear.
Because you stayed with him after you kind of knew. Like, people always know. How long did you stay with him after you kind of knew?
Like a year.
Oh, wow.
But I was like, it was 18 to like 19, 19 and a half, something like that. And then another guy I dated when I was 21, and he cheated on me all the time. But at one point but I wasn't really attracted to him, because I just moved out. Well, actually I was like, no, I was 24, because I just moved out to California. So it was 23, 24. And he cheated on me a lot, but he was like the only guy I knew, and he was really nice. I thought of him more as a friend. So when I knew he was cheating on me, I kind of felt like, oh great, she can fuck you, and I don't have to. But like, I still get to like hang out, have a friend, and like we go to dinner, and like you get screeners, and I'll watch them at your house. And
how do you cheat on Olivia Munn?
Sometimes people have bad chemistry, though.
That's what I just keep thinking here.
Did you have bad sexual chemistry or bad like maybe you're better as friends? Some people are just better as friends.
Some people are better as friends, which is why, like, when I meet some guys and it's not a personal thing. It's just like, like there's something wrong with you. It's not there. And I would rather, especially nowadays, I just won't date unless I really, really, really like you and I just think that there's something there. There's people who are like, oh, like maybe I could just have sex for a little bit. Then after a while, it's like I have to talk to you, right?
Sex for a little bit.
So I just can't do that. But I think, in my opinion, from the guy, it's like that it's just not. I'm not the one. And they also want. They just need their egos filled. You know, there's just nothing's ever enough.
Did you ask the 24-year-old if he was cheating on you and he just fessed up?
He was 34 when I was with him, but
I meant when you were 24. Okay.
Yeah, but yes, I did ask him, and that's what I find with guys. You have to ask if the guys I met weren't liars, which I was lucky, but you just had to ask them the right question. Like a guy,
code word.
One of the last guys I dated, I said when I met him, I said, "Do you have a girlfriend?" And he said, "No." Okay, does she think you're her boyfriend? I think it's very interesting because I wasn't sure if they were broken up or not, but I think because guys later I had to think it down the path when. Well, yeah, but I didn't think that we were together. But I don't know. But yeah, it's this. And I'm like, so, and he said no. So that's a very specific question.
So it was like lawyer talk. Like sometimes people give you the lawyer answer. Like technically in court, they're not lying.
I don't have her as a girlfriend.
Yeah.
She
has me as a boyfriend.
That I am her boyfriend.
Yeah. But I think, but guys, I feel like if you just ask them the right question, it's frustrating, but you just have to do it. Mm-hmm. Figure out the right question.
So you find like but is it harder to trust people the more famous you get and the more successful? Like, because you said that now they know your last name. Is it harder to trust somebody's motives when they're?
Well, I don't really think I'm like right now. There's a lot going on, and people might see my face. I don't think that more people know my name than they did last month, but more people know my face. But I'm not like racing around. There's not like paparazzi everywhere. People aren't like more people I can see that they turn and look, but no one's like freaking out or anything like that. So I don't think a lot of people really quite know, but ever since I was young, people thought I had one of those faces where they'd go, "Don't I know you?" So I think people they just don't know who I am, or they think they know me. But I don't know. I don't really talk to anybody. Like I go out, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Don't talk to anybody. I've been from the school of I have my friends fuck everybody else. I've had them for years, and I just...
Your friends fuck everybody else?
No, I'm like, I have all my friends.
Oh, you have your...
Fuck everyone else.
I have my friends,
if there was a comma
semicolon.
Yeah, right.
Fuck everyone else.
Fuck everyone else.
Got
because,
it.
You reach a point where it's like, I don't want to know anybody new. Screw this.
But I always hate when people say, I just don't need any more friends. I think it's a really douchey, egotistical thing. I could always use, great new people in my life. I'm just weird. I'm hard. I think I'm hard to hang out with because I get anxiety. I'm like, oh, I don't want to go in there. We can go in somewhere and it's fun hanging. I'm like, no, let's go. Cause everyone's wearing jerseys. It's weird. Let's go. I don't like it. And I get anxiety and I just can't do it.
Do you get brothers and sisters?
Mm-hmm. I'm the second to the youngest girl, and there's a little brother underneath me.
Out of how many?
5.
Oh, okay. Big family.
But,
damn.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gotta suck.
And you grew up in Tokyo?
Can you just pop a Xanax and go for it?
No, I don't do Xanax.
No, anything?
I have an inhaler because I get full on panic attacks that I have had 2 that put me in the hospital.
Holy shit!
Because I didn't know the first time I decided it's my asthma, but I had a doctor to tell me when you have a panic attack, your heart rate's going so high, you could, the last time she said it was almost. She's like, you might have a heart attack anytime. That was because I really get so much. I think that's why when people read interviews with me or when I say things or when I talk, I'm very, I'm honest because I can't I don't think I could ever live in a lie. I'm like, and I just kind of fumble my way through things, which I think most people have staged answers or they just say no comment. And I'm just like, I don't really want to talk to you anymore.
Do you drink at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what's your
I used to
poison?
never drink, ever. Not just because I didn't like the taste of it, but I drink wine.
Wine, yeah.
I went through a period where, because on my show, Perfect Couples, it's on NBC, airs Thursday nights at 8:30.
Yeah,
You
nice.
should watch
Good
it.
plug.
You should watch it. You know why? Because you'll
you're
get
in
a
it?
rainbow.
Oh.
Yeah, you won't. I don't know how to do that. There's 6 cast members. All 5 are in serious relationships. I'm the only single one. And everyone leaves right afterwards, and they run home to their loved ones. And I hang out, and I'm talking with everyone, asking where they're from, until I realize that when the producers and directors are just staring at me like, you're still here, then I'm like, oh, this is awkward. And then I have to call it out because that's my anxiety coming out. So I go, oh, this is awkward because you want me to leave because you think it's weird because now I'm making you feel sad because you realize how sad my life is. Now I'm not going to make you, okay, I'm going to go. And then I go home and I started doing this thing where I'd open a bottle of red wine and a bowl of peanut M&Ms. And that was my life.
How great is this? Olivia Munn is like great. William Holden at home. Who would have guessed? It's fantastic.
But I'm not one of those girls also. It's like, oh, those girls like, I was skinny and awkward growing up. And that's why I'm not. I realize, I have a very great life and I'm very happy and very fortunate. And there are people who are very nice to me. I just am not nice, to myself probably. And I just hole away.
You know what I find? I have trouble taking a deep breath sometimes. I don't know if that's anxiety.
Yeah, that's anxiety. For me.
And I have to actually prop myself up sometimes in bed, and then I can do it. I don't know what it is, but it's been happening for a long time.
I think it's gout.
I hope so.
The gout.
Either that or it's my heart.
But do you feel like anxiety?
I don't know.
I go like this when it happens, and then I can literally, it pops, because the tension.
What do you do? No, I'm actually asking you. Because
I go like this.
She puts her arms back.
I'm pushing out my boobs is what I'm doing. But it pops right in here, and the doctor, it's all that tension and all the muscles around it. Literally, it's everything. It's my anxiety is, I'm doing really good though. I've only had 2 moments.
Yeah.
And the first moment was in November of 2009, and it was a month or so after, I first got into tabloids because of a relationship that I was in, and we were together for, 3 or 4 months prior to that, before it came out. And then all of a sudden it comes out, so it's very shocking. And then there's paparazzi, and it was just a weird world where people were saying nice things, but it's just weird to when you're still deciding if you like someone or not, then the world is telling you if they think you're a good couple or not. And I full on had I passed out at my home. I was I passed out after 3 days of not breathing well, and then ended up in the hospital. And then I was able to focus it. And then it didn't happen again until when I was shooting my show again.
Would you feel it just creep up on you?
Now I know what it is, because I can't take a full breath.
He described it best, because for me, Anthony described it it's like you can't get the click, where you're that final click.
It is what it is.
It's topping out.
It is. It's it's a full it's I think I see it just like a wheel. It's you go here and then you just can't come.
And it feels like you can't get that.
And then I know what it is, and then I have to take an inhaler, and then I do have Ativan as an emergency, but then I never.
What's Ativan do?
Ativan is, for me, I can't take Xanax or any of those are so harsh and they make me go to sleep. And I said I can't take an anxiety pill because I can't lose my personality, because that's, I'd rather have a heart attack than not work, which probably would give me a heart attack if I didn't work. But it's so much more mild. I only take half a milligram if I need it, and it's only so that I don't have a heart attack. And it calms me down.
Does it happen more when you're sitting up or when you're lying down, or when for me, I find it if I'm laying on my back and I can't get that breath, I just start to panic, and then I have to prop myself up.
Or I don't know.
Worst line ever to a woman, by the way.
I think what you're talking about is different than an anxiety, because in the 80s I would get them fucking
panic attacks.
Horrible. Yeah, and out of nowhere you'd just be like da-dee-dee-dee, and then all of a sudden it's in the back of your head, and then the worry that it's coming makes it worse.
Well, now that you know. Well, for me, now when I know what it is, I don't worry.
Right, exactly.
I can control it. But my doctor explained to me, a panic attack is not when something is bad. It can be good. It's just overstimulation. So your body is just you're going through, so for me, a lot of times when things are really, really exciting, things are really great, it was so much and too much.
You become super sensitive to every, smells and sight and, peripheral shit. You just become like an animal. You're all shaky, and it's terrible. Yeah, it is just
do you
not
still have
fun.
them?
No. I occasionally get a feeling like I used to when I did get them, and I'd be like, shut the fuck up, get out of here.
Well, is it because your life is good? You're happy?
No,
you love your job.
You
have a movie theater in your house and a pool.
Right.
Got it.
He had a sports car until 2 days ago.
I crashed.
Yes. What'd you have?
A Mustang Shelby
GT.
Not a GT, Super Snake.
You had a Shelby?
It was 800 horsepower, and I decided to take it to the bank because.
Did you get hurt?
Yeah, I was like a little fucking dizzy for the past couple of
Did
days.
you hurt somebody else?
Nah, I hit a guardrail. Fuck it.
That's stupid.
I know. If the wheels like.
If it's somebody else, at least you're like, oh, that sucks. But you can kind of blame on them. Like, well, they weren't. They're kind of weak. I wasn't
There's no
sure.
blaming it on anyone.
He had
but
the
me.
window down. He was actually yelling "vroom vroom" as he drove it.
I was. It was too cold, so the wheels were spinning, and I spun out.
We got to get her out of here. She's got a very busy day.
Yeah, I'm going through the gauntlet of serious.
Olivia Munn, Perfect Couples, Thursday nights at 8:30 on NBC.
Please, yes.
We'll take a look at that.
And also the Daily Show.
Daily Show.
Yeah,
Very
it might be
good.
on today or tomorrow. Not quite
And
sure.
the Maxim's on newsstands.
Yeah.
Doing real well. We don't have to promote that, obviously.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Very good.
Yeah,
and Olivia
sorry
Munn
about
on
the
Twitter.
indecency. Oh, yeah.
Sorry
on Twitter.
Indecency.
I apologize.
Terrible.
This is
I'm
great.
sorry.
Come
Thanks
back
for
and
coming
see
in.
us.
Yeah,
Yes,
thanks, guys. You guys were awesome.
Thank you.
All right, Olivia Munn, we're out of
Bye.
here.
Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony Show on the Virus, Sirius XM.